Megan Fox has the story.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox.
Megan Fox. Megan Fox, a national journalist.
Mastodon Drive. I will never be able to say that out loud.
It feels like the Flintstones live there.
It does.
Well, don't trust women. I think you just touched on that with your last. That's what they brought. We're going to have to bring back chaperones.
Jesus, no.
Just careful, Carol. Stop! Right. Ooh. Hard right.
How did you screw up a stove, Megan? You're a woman. I thought that was baked into you, like at the genetic level, how to operate kitchen equipment.
And honestly, Megan, if you don't like it, I'm sorry. I've been very nice to you.
You get Dino hanging out outside chewing on a large bun. I highly recommend being targeted by the New York Times and Rolling Stone for weight loss. And I'd say, keep it coming. I need to lose 20 more. Please, keep it coming.
Explain to me, Megan, why did this country not have a holiday once a year? That's the time you vote. If you don't show up and vote, up your ass. You don't get another chance. You don't get, I don't care if you're in the hospital. Crawl to the state, crawl there. But that's it, 1 day, 12 hours, and then you're done. And you count them that day, and that night you know who the hell won.
I will eat you alive. You want to tangle? You want to go?
The only thing going through my head is, what are you going to do when Megan Fox runs wild on you, brother?
He made a deal with the devil. She's the devil.
He wants that.
Oh, God.
Gross! Oh! All right, penalty box for Slug. Yep.
Of a mile.
Are you ready to behave yourself now, Slug?
This frustrating rep.
Are you ready to behave yourself? Repossessed puppies? I'm hiding Pork Chop! ASAP! Have you seen his little Pork Chop? Oh my God, Pork Chop is the cutest.
That sounds bad.
Have you seen it?
Pork is pork!
Though you may be tempted, do not contact any person or persons mentioned on this stream. Do not even think about contacting anyone who may be the topic of the daily news. If you should do that, the host will question your IQ, possibly call you names, and mock you for disobeying these basic rules of decency.
Hey everybody, sorry for the delay. We were having some technical issues. Poor Fluxx, she fell down. Fluxx fell down. But she got back up, and her microphone is now semi-working. We're trying to figure it out. We're in the Rumble studio today, so expect a few blips here and there. I'm trying to work it out, guys. I'm trying to figure it out, and the more I use it, the more it the easier it will get. So welcome to day 7 of the Georgia versus Hernandez trial. This is the medical kidnapping trial. Kidnapped a baby from Fluxx.
It still says Megan Fox investigates, and you can't see us.
Good Lord. Why is it? How come I can't see that?
That's how I see it too. Megan Fox
I
investigates.
can see it.
Well, you did
There
say
we are! Hey!
Keep talking.
It's so weird. It's so weird that it does that. I don't understand why it doesn't automatically take it down after the but on my end, I just see us.
Oh, that's weird.
When the intro was playing, did you see it playing on the screen?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I have a running list of things that are going wrong in the Rumble studio that that the developers want to know about. So it's good that I'm doing this because I'm helping them get their studio fixed.
It would definitely help if that automatically pulled down.
Yeah, that should automatically stop. I should not have to take it down. I don't know why it's doing that.
Can they hear us while we were behind there?
If you weren't muted, then yes, but I didn't hear you.
I was muted.
No, I meant our conversation about we're behind the screen.
I don't think so. Oh, wait. Yeah, probably. I think they could hear. I don't know. Did you guys, what did the chat see?
What did you guys hear and see?
Because it's different. I think last night that happened to Tug. He saw something up on the screen, but nobody, like you did, but nobody in the chat saw it, and I didn't see it.
Oh, weird.
So, yeah, it was weird. Did you see all four of us? No, they heard us, but they couldn't see us. So they saw what you saw. Interesting. All right.
Nice.
Well, anyway, welcome back.
All the chats are together in one place.
Yes, all the chats are together.
Oh.
Nice. If you go to the activity or the sorry, not activity, to the chat window, you'll see YouTube and Rumble chats all together, which is great. So
I can't write in here.
I can't either, though, and I couldn't in our private chat either.
In the private?
I can't write in the private chat.
Well,
right. Fluxx had so many issues, I just decided I wasn't going to mention it.
It was like, she has no other way to communicate. We're just going to let her use the private chat.
Oh my God. Okay, private chat not working. I'm putting this down for guest. That's weird.
It's weird. Nick can and Jonathan tried to look at the settings, so I don't know.
Media doesn't come down. I'm keeping a running tally. I mean, look at this. I need a paycheck from Rumble, man. I'm doing a lot of their testing work. I mean, I'm doing this for free. But, you know, the one good thing about Rumble Studio is that it does occasionally have some good ads that I can read. By the way, last night, I read an ad that popped up in Rumble Studio for an AI controller, a customizable AI controller, or not AI, AIM controller for the PS5. And it's got a lifetime warranty on it. And I immediately was like, oh my God, my husband would love this because you can put any skin on it. You can make the buttons cut. You can do the whole thing customizable. And it was like $120 some off of.
Oh, wow.
The Rumble code works for $120 off. So I bought one and get this. So there was some kind of glitch when I was buying it and it charged me for 2. It put 2 orders in. And I was like, you gotta be kidding me. But I'm happy to say that I was able to reach out to them and they have fixed it already. So it's AIM controllers. They fixed it. So that was good customer service. I heard back from them like immediately and we got that fixed. And so I ordered one for my husband for his birthday and I can't wait to try it out. So that's kind of interesting because Rumble has these ad campaigns that are available and a lot of them I only pick the ones that are interesting to me. I find that, you know, they're interesting and it helps keep the ads down as far as like on Rumble too. So like instead of stuff popping up, you can just have to listen to me read ads, which is not that bad. All right. Anyway, we are on day 7 of the Hernandez trial, Georgia versus Hernandez. And in this trial, we had a baby, Emma Hernandez, whose parents took her to the hospital, or took her to the pediatrician because she had a swollen leg and unexplained bruising, and they didn't understand why. And instead of trying to look for a real solution and a cause for this, the pediatrician just immediately assumed it was abuse and sent them to CHOA, Children's Hospital of Atlanta, where they immediately called the police based on one X-ray or a couple of X-rays that showed some healing fractures. Now, obviously, there are other causes of healing fractures. That's what we're learning about in this trial. This trial is already over. They have been found not guilty of child abuse, but the state decided to charge them both, mom and dad, with child abuse with no evidence other than this X-ray. That's what we found out yesterday. We've been watching the radiologist. We're going to finish up the radiologist testimony today. She was on cross, I believe, when we left off. And we are going to finish that up, and then we're going to move on to the foster care caseworker. I can't wait for that. I mean, I have a feeling. I watched the first 30 seconds, and already there are bingos being called all over the place. Wait till you see this. It's going to be fantastic. So let me pull up yesterday's. And anyway, by the way, joining me on the stream today, we have Jennifer Williams from You Are the Power, which is the organization that is helping these families get the word out about this, bringing public awareness, and also helping with finances for these families. Jennifer, why don't you actually tell the chat about the Hernandez fundraiser, which I do have linked in the description of this video. We are hoping to hit a goal of $5,000 for us to do another hilarious video for charity. But they're looking at like $19,000 they need to pay their attorneys right now. Jen, why don't you tell them how the fundraiser works and how it was set up, all that?
Yeah, so Matt and Tuckey are kind of in between big life decisions. Some of them are in Thailand right now with their family. And when I knew that we were going to start streaming with Megan and doing a fundraiser, I really didn't want to use a Give Send Go that was attached to a American bank that they may not have access to at some point. So I talked with Matt, talked with Tuckey, and Uncle Tony, because they're here in America, so we could all be on the same page. So this fundraising platform looks a little different than your typical GoFundMe, Give, Send, Go. It's actually the platform to a nonprofit that Jonathan and I run, and we've been running it since 2015. We changed our bylaws. We got it legally set up to help families going through this specific false abuse charges to pay off attorneys. So it's all going straight to there. Jonathan and I, my husband, we're the only ones who have access to it. So we are going to be, with permission from the Hernandezes, sending payments directly to the attorneys. And both attorneys know that too. There's actually 3. So Catherine was their criminal attorney, and her partner and friend was Alex, their juvenile attorney. So they owe $14,000 and something to those 2 attorneys. They owe Steve $5,000. So every single penny that comes in, Jonathan and I are going to personally make sure the attorneys get it. Matt and Tuckey are good with that. That's how they want this to go as well. They want to pay off their attorneys. So I'm so grateful. There was $360 in there this morning. And that's amazing. And we're sending Steve his first payment. So I'm like really excited about it.
Nice.
Great. That's great. I absolutely am so excited about that. And I hope that we can help them like we did with the Timms case, with the Timms family, because they deserve that. And they had some very large legal bills as well. And I think it's a great thing when the people can come together and tell the state, hey, you know what you did to this family was wrong, and we aren't going to let them be punished anymore. We're going to help them. Nick Starrow also joining us. We have our very own Santa Claus. If you're wondering why he's dressed like he is, I don't know. It's a Bucky's hoodie. What's happening over there, Nick?
Yeah, I felt like. Yeah, I just felt like
cool.
it. Yeah.
It looks really comfy. And,
It
red and white are your colors. So, you look great in red and white. Santa Claus himself is gracing us with his presence. We're so happy to have you here. It sucks when you get stuck at work and you can't screw around with us online. So I'm glad that you're here. And Fluxx, of course, as always. Oh, she's coming unbraided. Oh my God, it's happening.
I'm already prepping for the anger. Like, I can already feel it welling up just because of that woman's testimony yesterday. I'm like, I just need to unbraid it so that I can rebraid it. Like, that's my soothing thing that I do. I just need to unbraid it so I can rebraid it.
Look, we are in agreement with you that is something that you should do if you feel the need to. I'm in agreement with you. All right, here we go. You guys ready? All right, let's get this party started.
There's the bingo.
The bingo. Oh, the bingo. I did pin the link of the bingo. I pinned it to the top of the chat. If I have a mod on Rumble, I would appreciate it if you would do that. If I don't, I'll get to it in a minute when we start this. Also, I have exciting news about Super Tips. So Super Tips, as you know, is an AI way to send, with AI voices, to send tips to the show, and they go to support the show. And we love Super Tips because they give 90% to the creator, which is great. It's the best deal out there. But I have changed the permissions so that if you send a $20 or higher super tip, if you're deciding you want to send $20 or more to the show, do it on Super Tips, because you will get to interrupt the show no matter what we're doing. It will just automatically play. And it is pretty hilarious when it happens. If you're wondering what a super tip is like, let me play one for you. Oh, that's a weird view. Hold on. I have to make myself bigger. This is one thing I don't like, is that there's not a quick button to make myself big. all of it, like at once. Let's see. No, that's not it. That's not it. What about this? No, that just does that. That's no good. So in order to make me bigger, I have to take that off the screen, and then I have to go. That still doesn't. Oh, this is probably better than nothing. Okay, let's play the super tip we got from Rozilla's Realm with a new voice. Judge Grudge has been added.
My God, Feather, you went well over the 15 minutes you were allowed. And if my future wife is unhappy, you and your client will be unhappy.
It's my favorite new voice. I love it. So get on to supertip.gg/Megan Fox and send fun super tips. But if you are going to send any money to the show today, make sure that you also send it to the fundraiser, which should be linked in the chat. It is linked in the description of the video on both Rumble and YouTube. But make sure, I would rather that you sent it over there. So only send me the extra stuff, and it just for fun. I'm not pushing super tips and super chats today. I just wanted to let you guys know there's a new voice, a new fun thing. You can interrupt the show, which is always fun. All right, here we go.
I would say, but you're also, I think, pushing the boundaries of my knowledge as a radiologist. And that's that would be a good question for an endocrinologist.
So evasive?
Evasive answers?
So,
or not my job.
A little bit about your estimates of healing time and how you have formed those. I believe
I say we call not my job. Not my job.
You testified that the rib fractures were at least 4 to 6 weeks old on the June 6th scan, right?
That's right.
Okay. Could they be even older than that?
They could be older than that, but based on the fact that we got a skeletal survey 17 days later, and I saw kind of further maturation, I wouldn't expect them to be much older than that. But that is the gray zone that we have as radiologists, is that we're good at being able to say whether or not a change of healing is present and what that timing would be, but not necessarily, like we're good at saying that that finding is not present, so we haven't reached that stage. It's harder to put kind of an end on that range, if that makes sense. So the rib fractures on the June 6th survey were at least 4 to 6 weeks based on the stage of healing. And then on the June 23rd survey, the advancement of healing would have me say like closer to 8 weeks, 8 to 9 weeks.
Oh, I remember her. Timu Isabella Rosolini.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Did you notice any
you missed it yesterday.
Irregularities in Emma Hernandez's
Nick,
scan?
She got so aggressive. I can't wait for you to catch up on this testimony when you do, because she got so aggressive with Catherine. It was funny.
Yeah.
She did not
big mad.
She got big mad. She did not like being questioned the way she was being questioned. And she tried to control the questioning. She was like, if you have any other questions about this, I suggest you ask so-and-so. And Catherine was like, well, you're on the stand right now. And as such, I want to make sure I know everything that you know about the Hernandez case. And she just kept on going. It was so great.
I will continue on my channel this coverage tomorrow. I have a day off tomorrow. So I can actually wake up around noon my time and then get going quite early.
Oh, cool!
So I can, but I only made one stream so far, opening statements. So yeah, we have yeah. So if you just joined and wonder, hey, what happened before this? You can either go to Megan Fox and watch her restreams, which I do want you to do, but also you can get fresh from me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I think it's great that you're doing both, and because you missed a couple, so you want to see it all, and I understand that totally.
We're not related to the fractures that you observed and major impressions of.
The other metastases look normal, and I just didn't include images of all the normal bones. But just as an example, when we looked at the right thigh bone and I had the left thigh bone for comparison, the left thigh bone metaphyses were normal and the right thigh bone metaphyses were fractured.
So it did not appear to be a biological irregularity in the way her bone was structured.
Correct.
Okay. So how about this process of new bone formation, which I believe, and you described it, sclerotic, is sort of becoming more dense.
Mm-hmm.
And did that process appear to be normal to you in what you observed on Emma Hernandez's scans?
Yes, like that is the normal stage of healing.
So it did not give you any indications of possible infection or other irregularities going on with her bone growth?
Correct.
Great. And so the diagnosis of osteopenia is just a generic decreased bone mineralization. Am I correct in saying that?
I will clarify that osteopenia is a finding, not a diagnosis.
Okay, so finding, not a diagnosis.
And osteopenia is just another word for demineralization.
Okay. And I believe, and here, I am referring to an article written by you evaluating children with fractures for child abuse. You noted that osteopenia commonly presents between 6 and 12 weeks of age. Is that right?
I think we saw this yesterday. I'm behind. Hold on. Why am I behind? We were at Steve. We were at Steve's questioning.
I wasn't here, so I cannot be blamed.
Fluxx, did we finish this yesterday?
So I watched, I was able to watch for a while, and I did think you got to Steve.
I did get through. I think I got through it. I don't think I ended. I think we went through the whole thing.
What you truly don't know, how many pounds of pressure that would take to cause
we did. God, I don't know why I thought I didn't finish this. We did. We're moving on to the DFAX lady. Hold on. We got to get the DFAX lady.
Oh, wait, you finished even with Steve?
Yeah, we did.
Her? Oh.
Yeah, he didn't have many questions for her. He was just like, how many pounds of pressure does it take to squeeze the baby? He asked her, like, oh, so you're saying, how did this happen? And she was like, a squeeze? Like, squeezing? Well, how many pounds of pressure does that take to fracture ribs? Well, we don't really know.
He should have said, who squunched the baby?
Yeah, he didn't.
Right?
He didn't.
He should have said that. Steve, next time.
Yeah, next time. Yeah, who? Who did it? Which one? And, like, how do you bring charges against both? You're saying, did both of them do it?
Both of them squunched the baby.
There was a squunching, and
it was a grand squunching.
A grand squunch. Why am I so big? Wait, here we go. All right. All right, let me get to I did finish that yesterday. I don't know why. Oh, this is great because I'm really excited. I'm done with doctors. Like I'm finished with her. I got no more use for this witness. All right. We are moving on to McKenzie McCray. What a name. McKenzie McCray. Sounds like a Oliver Twist villain.
So, do you remember you've read my email?
Yes.
I had the girls.
I knew her name was familiar. Yeah. Was this the woman you were emailing?
This is the woman, and I don't think I've told this part of the story before. This is the person that once our DFAX contact asked me, do you want to take these 2 kids? It was supposed to be a boy and a girl, so they didn't even have their information correctly. They need to come tonight. They're from, 2 hours away. Their caseworker will call you. So This is the woman. I got out my piece of paper, Meg. I bet I still have this. I know I took a picture of it, and I got out a pen to take notes about these children coming into my house. Like, let me take some notes. When McKenzie McCray called me, she asked me, can they come tonight instead of tomorrow? And can they stay through Tuesday instead of Monday? And I wrote that down. I'm like, yeah. And she's like, all right, thanks so much. And she hung up. And I was like, wait, what's going on with the kids? How old are they? What's to be expected? But that was it. She just talked to me about that. And she did not get me the placement letter for these kids until the day the girls were leaving my house. And you're supposed to have a placement letter for like proof if there's an accident, I can go to the hospital with these kids.
Oh, right.
You need to have like their birth
So that
dates.
they're legally in your care.
Yeah, I didn't get that. I had to ask her multiple times for it via text. I didn't get it till the day that they left the house. So I don't know that McKenzie is an evil person, but I'm so sorry to say this. I think she's like a pawn. Like she wasn't a very smart person.
Well,
and I
that
haven't
was the
seen her
impression.
testify.
That was the impression I got from the first 30 seconds. Is that
Okay.
we may have a few bingo cards to check off, bingo squares to check off. So let's see how this goes. And I don't know why it always defaults to that when I want this. Why does it default over there?
Because
Why
it's ghetto, Megan.
It's so unusual to be on this side of the screen.
I know, isn't it weird? Isn't it?
Yeah.
It's just the opposite of StreamYard. I mean, technically speaking, I think I can move us. I don't know. Let's see. Nope, that doesn't. Oh, I figured it out. Hey, I figured something out.
Nice.
So I can quickly move things at least. So if I wanted to make myself big for a super tip or whatever, I could just go like this. Yeah. All right. I figured it out.
From the second bottom place? That's weird.
No, you just drag. I click and drag. You just click and drag. So, and then it switches the positions. All right, here we go. McKenzie McCray.
Speak directly to the microphone and tell us your name and spelling your last name.
McKenzie McCray, McCray.
Thank you.
Ms. McCrae, back in June 2023, did you work for the Forsyth County Department of Family and Children's Services?
Yes, ma'am, I did.
And what did you do there?
Ceiling cats.
Like, what was your job title?
Wow, already.
No.
Ceiling cats.
That
has
was
been called.
fast.
Yeah. It was fast.
I'm surprised. I don't think she's with the department anymore. Like, she was a nice person and she was so confused. And if you remember in the letter that she replied to me, she was like, "Oh, we're actively looking into what's going on with Emma." I think she meant that. Like, I think she believed that's what was going to happen.
That they were telling her that that's what was going to happen. Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't
off the case.
I don't get witch vibes.
No, I don't think so.
No, I get
very she was trying to help and just do her job.
Well, we'll see. I'm sure we'll see how it goes.
I was just trying to recall the dates. I'm sorry that I worked there. But yeah, I was a foster care case manager.
Do you currently work for the Forsyth County Department of Family and Children's Services?
I do not.
And what did you do as DFCS foster case manager?
My job,
the foster care case manager.
My job was to mainly help children that came into care because they were separated from their parents for any number of reasons. They could have been in a guardian placement or with a family member, or they also could have been in a direct foster home with someone that was a foster parent with the state of Georgia or the county of Forsyth. And I would help them kind of act as their temporary guardian while they were kind of apart from their parents. So that included things like helping the caregivers get Medicaid and services for the child, visiting with them at least once a month, visiting with the parents at least once a month, helping the parents complete their case plan, including therapy services, evaluations, and things like that. Also organizing visitation and transportation for the kids, anything that they needed within my realm. That's kind of what I would do.
And as a foster care case manager, if anything happens while the children are in foster care, do you get informed of that as well?
Yes, I do.
And who would inform you?
The foster care parent.
Now, do you remember being the case manager for Emma Hernandez?
Yes.
And when you were assigned as the case manager, where had Emma been placed?
So when I first received the case, she was with her aunt. The first time I actually met Emma, I believe, was at Choa Hospital, doing a removal from the aunt and uncle's care. And I was actually tasked with placing, because I was on call that day also, tasked with placing the girls with Miss Kim. And then after some time, they were replaced into their second home with the.
Yeah, I am getting the impression that this is the kind of person I feel sorry for that ends up working at DFCS.
Yeah.
Because she seems like a real sweetheart and she's trying to do her job and she has to deal with a bunch of evil people who are,
I would agree with that, honestly. I know she talked with Tuckey a couple of times. We have the audio recordings of those, of her being really sweet and helpful.
She seems like a sweet girl. And these are the ones who should stay, but they get beaten down by the system. And they don't stay. They leave. And you heard she's already gone. She doesn't work there anymore. She's already gone. Because why would she stay? Why would someone like her stay? She's sweet. She likes people. She really wanted to help somebody. And they keep her from doing that. So why the hell would she stay? Ronan is asking me, are you writer or investigates on Rumble? Both. My name on Rumble is Megan Fox Writer, but my channel is Megan Fox Investigates. So go and subscribe to Megan Fox Investigates. And oh my God, look who's here. It is Dr. Goodhair. Why are you over there?
I don't know. I just wanted to say hi.
Dr. Goodhair, Joe Corcoran, how are you?
It's alive.
Is it? Your hair is looking amazing today.
Thank you. I had it done just for you, Megan, and I love your new do.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I got a little color done.
Yeah, kind of flattering. Yeah.
Thank you.
Loving it.
Those
Considering
of you
we've seen you do your hair on the live stream so many
That's
times,
true.
it's kind of nice when you show with it already zipped up.
Already
man.
done.
Yeah.
If there are those of you in the chat who may not know Dr. Joe Corcoran, he was the expert witness in the Maya Kowalski case, who was the reason for that win. Absolutely unbelievable expert witness. And since then, he has faced a lot of the same problems that the doctors in these cases have faced. Jennifer, I don't know if you know about Joe's story, but he's still fighting the blacklisting and stuff that happened to him after the Kowalski trial. You know, Joe, it's funny because in this trial for the Hernandezes, who was the doctor that got the most pressure, would you say, after testifying for the Timms case, John? Wasn't it the Indian doctor? What was her name?
Oh, Dr.
so sweet.
Krishnamurthy, who testifies
Yes.
in this trial too. Yeah, but she does a terrible job for the defense.
But she did a
so
great job.
scared.
She did a great job in the Timms case and told the truth. And then by the time this case came around, they had gotten to her. And she was terrified to testify and tell the truth. And it's really unfortunate. Like in this case, Joe, the doctors, the expert witnesses have asked the documentarian to redact their names from the record.
Oh my.
And we don't talk about their names. And
Serious?
this is where it's going.
Wow.
This is how it's going. That doctors want any expert witnesses now who have to testify against the medical establishment have to do so anonymously.
That's crazy. And I'll candidly, you know, I've been having a lot of conversations with Dr. Richards, the psychiatrist who was just spectacular and in the trial. And, you know, he was involved with the family for 5 years prior to the trial. He got involved as soon as Greg got involved, and Greg Anderson got involved. And he and I both agree our lives would have been better had we never gotten involved. I can't say the same for the Kowalskis' lives, but, you know, we both have had regrets about getting involved. So it's a shame that it comes to redacting your name. That's a bit extreme. And, you know, but it's, you know what? There are times in your life when you have to stand up and speak truth to power. And that family needed advocates, and Scott was there, and I stepped in as well. So, and I'm glad.
Yeah,
that
and you did it without even being paid for it. That's the other thing, is like you didn't even get paid.
Yeah.
You did it out of the goodness of your
Which
heart.
is the same for Dr. Bones in this case.
We call him
and
Dr. Bones. We don't know
the
his name.
Tim's case.
Yeah.
But it's the same. He wouldn't charge the families. He was also, Dr. Joe, on a family vacation for the Tim's trial. He was in Hawaii with his family.
Yeah.
And he flew to Georgia just for that hearing and turned around and left. He also, Megan, I don't know if you know this, he was kicked out of the courtroom in the Hernandez case. Did I tell you that?
No.
So he's hard of hearing, and he had like a cochlear implant put in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And when he was at this trial, he uses a device on his phone to translate what's being said. So this is after he's testified. He's now sitting in the gallery, and he wanted to be part of the hearing. He wanted to listen.
Yeah.
Well, you're not allowed to be on your phone. Obviously, in courtrooms, they don't want you recording, which is understandable. But he had it out and was already said on the stand, I have a hard time hearing, so talk loud. In the gallery, he had out his phone that was transcribing everything for him to read. And the bailiff told him he needed to get out.
That's an ADA violation right there.
I agree.
Because the court is required to actually give participants hearing aids if they should need it. They are required to have them. Like they have little headphones, and then you can put them in.
And I guess he could have asked for that, but it was just so weird. They were the reason that's a problem is the bailiffs were already absolute jerks in this case.
Yeah.
They were so incredibly rude. So it wasn't like, hey guys, this is a rule, we have to follow it. They were just rude to him. So it's sad.
Yeah.
JKD Buck said when he flew to Hawaii, there was a red line trailing his plane across the map when he flew from Hawaii to Georgia, and it sounded something like this. You may now check off Indiana Bones theme song on your bingo cards, folks. Indiana Bones theme song has been played. Yes, JKD. I need a meme for that.
And Jennifer, I'm not sure if you're aware, but Dr. Richards also he testified from a Marriott hotel, I believe in Massachusetts, because he was at a family funeral during the trial. But that didn't stop him. That's how, that's what a warrior that guy is. Yeah.
These good doctors are. They're passionate. They're willing to leave their own families, not only not get paid, but he had to pay thousands of dollars for this plane ticket. And so in your case, you're talking about he's with family during a time of sadness, and he's putting all of that on the side for another family. And we need more of that, because these doctors, they're not going to live forever. We're going to keep having these problems. That's my
But unfortunately, when they get treated so terribly after testifying, they get treated so badly. What would encourage them to come forward? Nothing. They're like Dr. Joe says, some of them regret even taking part in that case now. And that's really unfortunate. But I don't blame you. I do not blame you. That's what's gone on is absolutely outrageous. So,
although Megan, I will tell you that if you recall, one of my favorite viewer comments that I screenshotted and I actually use it to this day is one of your listeners, one of your viewers said, "I'm really digging this guy. 0 F's given."
Yep.
And that's like,
I remember that.
That is my badge, man. I love
No, for real. I mean, it was your testimony was great, and you did that. You did the country a service by telling the truth. And I feel terrible about what happened afterwards, but sometimes, like you said, you do have to stand up. You do have to say no more. Okay. So chat, I cannot see what you see because something is broken in the studio. So if you're saying that the names are getting in the way, I will believe you and I will turn them off. Okay.
The names were ginormous again, kind of how they were last night.
I wonder why that is happening. Are they gone now? Because I can't, I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it at all. All right. Let's continue with this poor caseworker. I feel bad for her already.
And why? Well, I guess let me go back. When you say her aunt, was it on the mom's side or the dad's side?
The maternal.
The maternal aunt. And you said that the first time that you met Emma was when removing her from the aunt and uncle's placement?
Yes, ma'am, at Choa Hospital.
And do you know why they were removed? Or why she was removed? Sorry.
My memory, I will admit, is foggy because it was years ago. But from my understanding, they were taken, or Emma was taken to Choa because of, I don't want to speculate, but like some kind of marks or something. I don't remember where or anything like that, or the extent of that, but that is why.
Okay. And when it said that she was then placed with Miss.
Yes, ma'am.
And he said that she was later then placed with the Irvins.
Yes, ma'am.
Was there a reason why why the placement changed?
From my understanding, there were conflicts between Miss and the parents. Miss did travel a lot, and she had been a foster parent before. It hadn't been a problem with her traveling with the children because this was also, I believe, around like Thanksgiving, Christmas time. So she was visiting a lot of family, and she was paying for, she was willing to pay for the girls to go with her and travel and things like that. And from what I remember, I don't believe the father of the girls had was happy with that, and he kind of wasn't comfortable with them traveling. Then, so the alternative was for them to be placed in a respite home. And from my understanding, he wasn't really comfortable with that as well because he felt like those were strangers. They don't know the girls and things like that.
Oh my gosh.
And so ultimately, Miss decided to take a break from foster care altogether, and they were placed with.
And let me go ahead. You mentioned respite home. What is that?
Wait a minute, Jennifer. Placement. Who decided to take a break from foster care?
The first foster mom that they're talking about. She was a single woman, and she was putting the girls in respite care every weekend or traveling every weekend. So, but it was like airplanes, like putting them on a plane and going to other states. And so Matt, when we got involved, I told him, hey, that's actually against policy. And I showed him in the manual that they need to get permission from the parents. So I was like, Matt, you need to use this and tell them, no, you're not taking my kids across state lines. I don't give permission to that. And so he did use that. And she did not like, she ended up closing her home.
Wow.
This single mom, she was putting them in it was either respite care every weekend or traveling. Like, what are you doing what good is it for you to be a foster parent if you're putting kids in a respite home every weekend or traveling all over the place with an infant and a toddler?
Yeah, that's
weird.
No good.
So for example, if I'm a foster parent and I'm having to go visit my family for a week, the child would be placed with a respite placement, which is also a foster parent, but very short periods of time. So they register with the state. They have like background checks and everything like that. They're qualified to be a foster parent, but they don't want that long-term placement. So they'll take them for like a week or a few days. Sometimes if we have a removal and we don't have a home immediately for the child to go into permanently, they'll be placed in respite like overnight or something like that.
So is that like when I go on vacation and we check Charlie in for the weekend?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's crazy. If you're a foster parent, aren't you a parent? You act like a parent?
Yeah, they have all these.
I understand,
they have all these things, these services for you, and they offer you breaks and.
Yeah, let's raise the bar,
respite.
right?
Someone is saying in the chat that it's traumatic for children, and I have to agree. And Guy, I feel like I can say that because I was a foster parent, so I feel like I have that right to say it is traumatic. And for the record, in 13 years, we were full-time, we were respite. There are reasons I understand, like if parents don't want to travel, a respite home is great for kids, but it is scary. The children that we've had in our home for respite care, you are strangers to them.
Yeah.
And they're only going to stay with you for a short amount of time. And it's very scary for them to find a new bed, new dogs, a new rules. Like it's hard. And we loved doing it so that we could be a good, safe place for them. But even Aria was scared to come to my house. The transporter called on the way to put her on speaker and ask, are we a nice family? Because she was scared about coming to our house. So, I had to lie to a 3-year-old. This transporter's like, well, this woman's my friend, right, Jennifer? You're my friend. And I'm like, yeah, we're friends. And our home is safe, Aria. It's just such a weird, sad thing to put kids through. It's so sick.
And
That's
unfortunately,
awful.
Jennifer, it's just, you've got to keep in mind how many foster homes are not healthy and safe and positive,
and it's
right?
sad.
And I'm a caregiver for one of my older siblings. Unfortunately, she's had some neurological challenges, and and even the debate that I have with, she lives in a memory care center, and the debate that I have with the staff, if she should have a fall, for instance, and the protocol is, let's send her to the emergency room. And fortunately, I'm a physician. I can kind of help them triage the issue. But, I don't want her to leave this familiar facility to go to an ER with bright lights and strangers and noise and everything else, because that's more harmful than, staying put and having to deal with a laceration,
Yeah.
Again, do we consider the whole picture, right?
Right.
And listen, I applaud what you do. I don't know that I've got enough depth to my character to be a foster parent for 13 years like you were. I applaud you for being that giving and that loving. But if you make the commitment, be all in, and whatever. I was unaware of this element of it. Right.
Yeah. I mean,
it's shocking to find out, right? That
Yeah.
there's you can just dump them off somewhere at a random house.
Right.
Now, luckily, the random house that they were dumped off at was Jennifer's house. Thank goodness, because Jennifer saved this family.
Wow.
Literally was the hero they were looking for.
Wow.
And now Jennifer's not allowed to be a foster care respite giver anymore because of blowing the whistle.
Yeah. Retribution and retaliation. That was the.
Yeah, it's real, man. But we've met a lot of kids. In 2022, we met a sibling group of 3, and their full-time foster mom didn't want to pay for the respite, but needed the respite. So we took the kids without getting paid, and just to give them a safe place. And we were kind of nervous because they were older, but we ended up having them over so many times because they were so awesome. And it's been years now, and they're in different states, and we still FaceTime these kids all the time.
That's awesome.
So you build real relationships and connections with these kids. And I think there's a lot of good foster parents doing that. And I'm grateful for the good ones, for sure.
Amen.
Oh, sad.
No, I'm not.
And at what point did you stop being the case manager?
I believe I left DFCS in February of 2024.
And at that point in time, where were the children placed?
At that point in time, I was off of the case. So from my knowledge, they were still with me, but that could be incorrect.
Okay. And during your time as Emma's case manager, had there ever been reports of bruises to Emma?
Not that I can personally recall right now.
And did you yourself ever have any interactions with Emma while you were case manager?
I did.
And tell us about those how did you come to interact with Emma?
So I interacted with her in small ways, like putting her in the car seat when I was, placing her somewhere else. I met with them at least once a month, sometimes more. at daycare sometimes, in their foster home with Miss. I also, at times when we couldn't find a transporter for visits with their parents, I stepped in because it's very important to make sure that kids do not miss visits with their parents. So I would sometimes transport, pick them up from daycare, take them to the, I believe it's staff facility. I think they changed the name, but I would take them to their visitation sometimes.
You know what? It makes me sad this woman is gone out of her job.
It's so sad.
Because she has such a nice face. I bet children really liked her, and I bet, they felt safe with her and liked seeing her coming. This is not one of those downturned mouth people that we always see.
And she said she would do visits if the transporters couldn't, because it was important to keep those visits.
That right there, I wanted to start crying because I'm like, and she's gone. So she's not, there's one less person that's willing to take a child to their family.
Yeah, one less person willing to do the work to make the children feel safe and secure. And it's not her fault. I'm sure what she was dealing with there was absolutely horrific. But it just makes me sad that this sweet girl and her sweet face is no longer in front of these children in need. How dare they run somebody like this out of her job?
Sadly, this is not for the United States alone. This happens all across the world. We have cases here in Sweden. It's the same thing. The good ones get bullied out or forced out because you have this internal club of self-admiration who just says, I know better. And
I just hate this. This is so illustrative of the whole problem. You got good people like her, like you can see it all over her. She loves the kids. She wants to help, and she can't stay.
And she's off the case before she leaves. And I told you that's when Satan Jr. came in.
Right, Satan Jr.
Yeah, so you have Nikki Cannon and Ashley Smith, and both of them took over. However, McKenzie nor Nikki Cannon were ever called into the juvenile hearings. Only the supervisor, Ashley Smith, aka Satan Jr., was the only one to testify. And she doesn't testify in the criminal because they knew that would be a bad idea. Because she did a lot of bad things.
I
Megan.
need a picture of her. I need to know what Satan Jr. looks like.
Easy. I'll do it. She forged medical documents, Megan.
What?
She crossed out stuff that Matt and Tuckey wrote for Emma for appointments, crossed things out about them being in foster care. And she hand wrote notes about it. That's wrong and illegal.
Is she allowed to do that?
No, that's illegal. You can't do that.
I didn't know that just some DCF person could change your medical records. Joe, does this sound like a problem to you?
Hello, Captain Obvious.
I mean, I didn't know. What would you do if some DCF worker was like, or Dr. Joe, let me change these medical records for one of your patients.
Yeah. Hey, we know this didn't really happen, but I'm going to write it down anyway as if it did. Yeah.
Right.
It makes zero sense, right?
How does she even have access to it?
Well, and especially because they're creating a document that has a high likelihood of ending up in discussion in a courtroom, right? Whether it's family court,
right?
Dependency court, or criminal court like this. This is crazy.
Absolutely.
Jennifer, you are turning on lights I did not need turned on.
Well, listen, she knew that the judge in the juvenile case wouldn't care. So even if the family brought it up in juvenile, that judge would not have done anything. She had to be there, Megan, at the appointments. So when Tuckey filled out all of the paperwork on the computer and showed up for this appointment, Ashley took it, crossed things out that were printed, and hand wrote things over it. I still have copies of that.
Crazy. JKD is memeing on X. Might as well squunch. Go ahead, squunch. Dr. Joe, the reason why squunch is a word is because in the last case, the Tim's case, the doctor literally said they thought the baby was squunched. Okay. So we have added the word squunch to the dictionary because it is a fake word. But and we can go ahead and check off squunched on your bingo cards since JKD has made this amazing meme for us. But they're doing the same thing in this case. The baby was squunched in this one too. No one's used the actual word, but this is the description they've been giving us, that someone grabbed the baby and just squeezed them so hard, squeezed her so hard that her ribs broke.
It wasn't squeeze, it was squunched. She got squunched so hard.
Or maybe shaken and squunched. Yeah. We're not sure.
Yeah.
I like my baby shaken, not squunched.
I
like,
obviously
James
need
Bond.
to go back to medical school because I missed that lecture.
Also, Dr. Joe, can you imagine what it would take, first of all, to squeeze a baby so hard you broke their ribs? A healthy baby, not a vitamin D deficient baby.
Not with osteogenesis imperfecta, right?
A healthy baby. And then also, somehow during that squunching, the thigh bone also broke. And there was a fracture in like the lower tibia too.
I didn't realize that you could actually conjugate the verb squunch.
We can do it all here. We're very talented with our language skills.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, anybody who could have a Swede wearing a Bucky's jersey can do anything.
Jersey?
Nicholas, I'm totally jealous,
sir.
dude.
This is a onesie.
Oh.
Of course it is.
That's amazing.
So Nicholas, I just said I'm jealous, and now maybe not so much.
Indiana Bones and the Court Crusade. There he goes, flying from Hawaii to Georgia to save the day. Oh my God, JKD, so good.
Now, speaking of changing stuff in journals, we have a huge thing over here with the PETH test, where the Department of Transportation decided if you have whatever the test shows, it's a marker for alcohol consumption, which they decided, we're going to do this in 2020 going forward, and people lost their driver's license because of that and only that. As it turns out, in 2020, 2021, 2022, a lot of people used a lot of hand sanitizers, which caused a lot of false positives. Right. And now people have alcoholic in their charts.
Oh no!
Because of hand fucking sanitizers.
You've got to be kidding me.
No, I'm not joking. Nobody saw. Oh, there were more people with these markers than we thought it was. Yeah.
That's
why.
Insane.
I mean, insane. And now people are fighting tooth and nail. I mean, the forklift drivers could no longer drive their forklifts because of this. And stuff like that.
God.
We've been fighting within from the union as well. Yeah. Going to sue your... Well, sadly, we're not in the United States, so lawsuits are very rare here. But we can call them for call them to a hearing with the Department of Transportation, the medical review, and the union and the person. But it takes so much time. Each case takes months just to get that away from their charts.
Chad wants to call bad pause face. It's hard to get a bad pause face on this one, but I think I did it. She looks like she's falling asleep. It's not her fault though. It's mine. So, but we'll call it off. Bad pause face, even though we like her a lot.
And during these years of times, did you ever notice Emma get bruises?
No, ma'am.
Yeah, they pumped her full of vitamin D.
Yeah, they gave her tons of vitamin D.
No, ma'am.
Nothing further.
I don't know why they called her.
Afternoon, Ms. McCrae. So are you are not scheduled for county DPACs, right?
I'm not. That's correct.
May I ask where you're working?
Why did you leave?
I'm not working.
Okay. So how long had you been working as
She'd rather be unemployed than work for those bitches.
We get it.
Like about a year and 2 months. Oh, when I took over, I'm sorry. About 6 months.
And then, when was it that you took over in this case?
I don't remember the exact time, but based on what we were talking about June.
So previously we've heard from DFCS witness who said that she was the family preservation care manager.
Oh, Lord.
And so is there any significance to being transitioned from a family preservation care manager to a foster care manager?
Yes. So with family preservation, we tend to try to work with the family still intact completely. Or I guess I could say, for example, and not pertain to this case, just example, if the mom is the one abusing substances or something, and causing harm to the children, we may have the mom leave the home so that the kids can stay in their home with their father, still go to school, still have the same routine. But when it escalates is when that doesn't seem to be working, or if that's not a possibility. So, for example, if the children only live with their mom and the mom has to leave, who's going to take care of the kids? If they can't go to a relative or something like that. So then it would be moved to foster care. Or if we've tried to work a family case plan and separate the issue, for lack of a better term, from the children, the threat from the children, but it's still not working. The children are still in harm's way. We would then escalate it to foster care. Or also if the family or parents were not able to keep with the family plan that was created, because the family plan is created to try to reunify.
Okay. So in terms of specific to Emma Hernandez's case, do you know anything about why it was transitioned to a foster care manager instead?
I don't completely remember. All I remember is the removal. So I can't really answer that.
So would it be your responsibility to, assist in selecting foster care parents who will be able to accept a child who is being placed?
Mine in particular?
Oh no, Fluxx lost power.
So
Fluxx loses power was not on my bingo card.
Oh,
Fluxx,
she's had a morning.
Man, she's having a day. Oh, she says it just came back. She's going to reboot. Okay. All right. Fluxx fell down. Fluxx did not fall down. Fluxx's power died. Fluxx's power did not die. Okay. She's coming back.
Is it your responsibility to coordinate the respite care for a particular foster family or foster child?
I can assist, but all of the control is not in the case manager's hands.
So after the children were taken away from their aunt and uncle, they went to Kim Cromartie, is that correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And Kim traveled a lot and was willing to take the girls with her, but it would have required them missing their scheduled visitation with their parents, right?
Not always.
But sometimes?
I don't remember the days exactly.
Well, so do you remember if any of the travel that Ms. Cromartie wished to take would have prevented the girls from seeing their parents on the scheduled supervised visitation days?
I don't remember, and even if they would have, DFCS always make sure to make up those visits. It would never have been they missed this day and then they just skip that week and go to the next one. We would find another day, whether that's extending the next visit or anything like that.
Do you remember how often the Hernandezes were able to see their children during this time?
I believe eventually we were able to get it up to twice a week.
Okay, when was that eventually? Do you remember?
It wasn't very long. I don't know, honestly, what days and times. I can't remember.
And so that was twice a week for supervised visitation.
You know, her memory doesn't seem to be that great, but I have something that could help her with that. You know what she should do? She should go to ketobrains.com and she should order the Keto Brains supplement for coffee that I'm drinking right now. I've got my Keto Brains going. It helps with brain fog. It helps with your memory. I'm on my second dose today and I love it. I love this stuff. It's great. And they are the new sponsor of this show. And I love my new sponsor. And I want you guys to love my new sponsor too. Go to ketobrains.com right now and use the promo code MUG15 for a 15% discount. But if you decide you want to subscribe every month to their products, you can use promo code MUGSUB, and that will tie it to my account, and it will enter you. Everybody who uses my codes, it will enter you into a giveaway, and over $600 worth of product that will be given away at the end of May. I can't wait for our first winner. It's going to be so fun. Tug and I are going to have so much fun announcing that. So make sure that if you are buying Keto Brains, you go in, you use those codes, and then let me know what you think about it. Let me know. Oh, Fluxx is back. Fluxx, you're back just in time for my commercial break. Here we go. Yes, you don't have to use it just in coffee. You can put it in all kinds of things. Uh-oh. Nuh-uh. You're having the mic problem again. You need to do your headphones. Do your earbuds. Oh, God. This is what happened in the beginning.
We can now cross every curse word on the bingo card. We can now fill in because I heard that through the non-noise.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with this, man. It's just terrible today.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Can hear you now, though, so that's good.
Fluxx?
Hey, and Megan, I did want to let you know I've never heard of Keto Brains until this program, but I too have been taking MCT oil every morning in my coffee since around the onset of COVID. Swear by it.
Really? Yes, it's got MCT in it. Yes, and it is so. I'm telling you, the first time I took it, Joe, the very first time, I was like, "Holy cow! I'm awake, but I'm not jittery. I'm just awake. I'm not tired. I have not taken a nap since I started taking this stuff. Not
I
one
can't
nap.
say that.
I haven't taken a nap, and
I'm
was
older than
napping.
you.
I was napping every day. You're not that much older than me. I just turned 50. Did you know I just turned 50?
Well, then you just lied because I'm a lot older than you.
Well, you don't look it. I'll tell you that much. It must be the
Thanks.
hair.
It is.
Must be
It
the
is.
hair. Rozilla's realm. Megan hits wrong button. You caught me. Okay, fine. I did, but that's like a given. That should be a freebie when I'm in the Rumble studio because, man, I don't know where anything is yet. So, all right, go ahead and check off Megan hits wrong button. I'm going to have to add a bingo square for Megan tries to sell you Keto Brains because that's going to happen again for sure. But no, you know what else? You know what else I found out is they have a 5 milligram creatine supplement, and I've been taking that every day, and I've been working out. But when I work out, normally I can only work out one day, and then I have to take 2 days off because of the pain, because I have really bad muscle pain. And like doctors can't tell me what it is. Chiropractors like maybe it's fibromyalgia, maybe you have a soft tissue muscle problem. We don't know. Just, do less. But if I do less, I'm not getting ahead. If I don't increase my weights, I'm not building muscle. So it's a whole problem. And I'd be on a heating pad for 2 days and then I go back to the gym, but I'd be scared because then I know I'm going to be sore for 2 days or 3. First day I took it, I woke up the next day after a very hard workout. I had almost zero pain. I'm talking level 1.5 of I could feel that I worked out, but it wasn't bothering me at all. But I'm like, day 2 is going to suck though. I just know it because day 2 always sucks. Today is day 2. And guess what I did today? I went back to the gym and I worked out again. And I have, my pain level was like a 2 when I woke up. And right now I'm still at a 0. So that muscle recovery stuff, oh my gosh, amazing. I'm hooked. I'm hooked. It's only 5 milligrams too. It's a low dose. It's not like a high dose of creatine or anything. It's great. And I love it. All right, here we go. Back to this one.
Location?
Yes.
And were Mr. and Mrs. Hernandez consistent and responsible in their portion of the visitation?
I believe so.
Nobody ever had any complaints or problems with the way they were conducting themselves during visitation or around their visitation, right?
There were sometimes, vaguely remember, but I know that, I don't remember if it was mom or dad. One of the parents really wanted the aunt to be able to have visitation as well. We told them initially that wasn't okay because that time was for them to spend with their children, but they kind of insisted. So at some point we were able to work something out to where the aunt and uncle could visit the last few minutes of the visit or something like that. I know there were some issues with Aria, like lifting her skirt sometimes and just kind of like a little bit of inappropriate behavior. That was a red flag.
What?
But I don't remember the full extent of that. I just remember that part.
Wasn't she 4 years old?
Yes, she's 3.5. She wasn't even 4 yet.
Little girls always like run like what?
My
Like,
three
shorts on under. Like
my 3-year-olds used to strip down and run around naked.
Oh, and
Why doesn't that shock me?
Well, I mean, because that's what toddlers do. They hate
and the
clothes.
The parents and aunt and uncle said, please put shorts on under her dresses. Like, ask DFCS to ask the foster mom to please do that so that it wouldn't matter if she did that. That was a big issue that they asked, please put shorts on underneath her dresses.
You can't, little kids don't know the appropriate or inappropriateness of lifting up a dress. They don't care. They have no shame. They have no shame whatsoever, which is great. That's what's great about toddlers and kids. They don't care.
Nor do a lot of kids. Nor do a lot of grown-ups.
I think I was probably 8 or 9 years old before we stopped stripping down to our underwear and going through the sprinkler with the neighbor kids.
Right.
And boys and girls together, topless in underwear from the time I could walk until maybe 9. Like we probably quit that when we were 9 or 10. But I mean, that was not unusual. Children have no concept of nudity or especially when you all look the same. You know, you look the same for a long time. Everybody looks the same with a flat.
She asked, did the parents, were there ever any problems? And now she's kind of like, well, sometimes Aria would lift her skirt up, which is inappropriate. It's like, okay, are you blaming the parents for that?
That's so weird.
Why did you throw that comment in there? That was weird.
Yeah.
We'll see if she's going somewhere with this.
That was so weird. But I wonder if that was something that she was told to say.
It's possible.
That's really weird. JKD says, I'm almost 50. I lift my skirt and I'm a dude. I do not recommend that in public, JK. You're going to have to calm down. Calm down.
JKD Buck, it's called a kilt.
And if you're wearing that properly, you really shouldn't be lifting it up, okay? Not in public anyway.
And so that was the parents would complain if they observed inappropriate behavior in Aria because they were concerned about the foster care environment that she was in?
No, the supervisor would complain about what was happening with Aria or the interaction sometimes with the parent and Aria.
So it has nothing to do with the parents.
Yeah, and also I forgot to mention Fluxx Pet's cat can be checked off the bingo card. Fluxx Pet's cat has been called. The cat is on the lap. Cat is on the lap.
Somebody has bingo.
Already? I don't believe you. Razilla, if you truly have bingo this early, I'm going to need a screenshot. Send it to my email and I'll send you a sticker or something for a prize. I need your address too. But Razilla did an excellent music video recap of my birthday stream. Has anybody seen it? It's really good. I'm going to play it later. Probably, I don't know. Maybe I'll play it as we leave. I think I'll play it as we go out today. It'll be great. Razilla, I really liked it. It was great. Very good recap of my birthday stream.
I know sometimes it was, I don't remember her full name, but Kristen, or she worked at the staff facility. And then other times they did, when they were able to get some visits outside of staff, but like go to the park or go to a church, then we had a transporter, like a BA, behavioral aid, to assist.
All right, so while the children were in the foster care of Kim, you placed them in respite care with a respite foster mom, Jennifer Williams. Is that right?
Yes.
And do you recall how long Ms. Williams had been working with y'all as a respite care provider?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Do you recall her sending you an email after she had done the respite care for Ms. Cromartie?
I recall an email. I don't recall the contents of the email, but I do know that happened.
Well, okay. Well, and Your Honor, if I could approach and show.
Is she talking about your email?
Yeah.
Yeah.
A copy of the email to refresh her recollection.
Email.
Thank you. And
It was an epic email, by the way. It was a mic drop moment.
It was good.
There she is, Jennifer Williams.
And that's McCrae's response.
Did she say right in the nuts? That's what it sounded like. Right in the nuts. I did not have that on the bingo card either.
I'm surprised chat isn't demanding subtitles.
Oh, I thought I had them on. They are on.
Never mind. I just can't see. I need new glasses. Ignore me.
I'm like, I swear I turned them on. Catherine's so cute, isn't she?
She is so cute.
I love her suit.
Yeah.
Very elegant. She looks British. I like it.
She does. She oddly does.
I love
She wears
that suit.
gloves in her car so that the sun doesn't burn her hands. She's so cute.
Does she really?
Yes.
Well, now,
That's fancy.
The only thing that would make this suit better, in my opinion, is instead of that cotton shirt underneath, I would like to see a satin shirt. A cream satin blouse would be perfect with this. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of like the dull cotton, but other than that, this is a win. This is a good outfit in court. Love it. But satin would really throw it over the top for me. She's so cute. Catherine gives good face, can be checked off the bingo card.
Thank you very much, Ms. McCrae. All right, so now that you've refreshed your recollection, do you recall the contents of the email?
Yes, I do.
Okay. And so what was Ms. Williams emailing you about?
So essentially, she saw some concerns with Aria, and she contacted Ms., which was the foster parent at the time, and told her about her concerns. And then Ms. let her know about the fractures, the recent fractures in the past, and I missed it on there, but it was some kind of disease that Miss Jennifer was trying to say that she had seen in other babies, and she was wondering if Emma had the same thing, essentially.
Okay, and so I guess Ms. Williams had not been advised of any specific health concerns relating to Aria's medical history?
Not from defects.
Okay. Is that something
They
that
mean Emma,
y'all are
not Aria.
supposed to do?
Like, they're saying Aria, but it's Emma.
Emma. Chad has pointed out that hair talk should be checked off because we did talk about Dr. Goodhair's hair and mine. So yes, you're right. That should be checked off. And also,
I like her hair for court too. She has a nice
she's
half
pretty
up,
hair.
half down. She's got a good do for court.
Yeah, and we need to talk about the other witness's hair for a minute that Dr. Joe missed, because it's a damn tragedy that he missed this. But Joe, now don't be drinking anything when I put this picture up, because you will ruin your keyboard and I will not be responsible for it.
Unless it's keto brains.
Unless it's right. What do you think of that, Bo?
That's Kathy Beatty worthy.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Nellie Olson testified in this trial. I don't know
Oh
if you
my God.
remember her, but we had
It was Marsha.
This woman, Joe, was a defects worker. She was the caseworker in charge, the lead investigator of the case. I need a better screenshot that you can see her frilly blouse that looks like a 6-year-old too.
Oh, geez.
But she's wearing a giant bow in her head, and she also had a public meltdown on social media with a chainsaw, where she told people she's mentally ill. She destroyed a bunch of her ex-husband's furniture, and they still put her in charge of taking children away from families after admitting that she was too mentally ill and she shouldn't have gone back to work when she did, and that she resents other people's happiness. And this is the woman who stole this baby, one of them, from this family.
Not gonna lie, she reminds me of one of the women that you see sitting in the lobby when you take your very small children to Disney World and stay at their hotels.
Yes,
Can't you
you're right.
imagine her with like the stuffed Mickey and the stuffed Minnie? Yeah.
Yeah.
This is it's Arrested Development is what it is. We have,
Creepdar is pegging right now. Yeah.
Yeah, she's like a Disney adult. Yes.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, talk about an oxymoron, but sure.
So she, I'm sorry. There was probably, I'll say, let me take that back. Not from McKenzie, not from me. I don't know defects or like my supervisor did, because I did not find Miss Jennifer as a respite placement. That's not my responsibility.
Gotcha. So whose responsibility was it?
My supervisor, and also the techs. They reach out to respites to see if anybody's available. And
who was your supervisor at the time?
Nikki Cannon.
Okay. And so Ms. Williams said that they had observed some abnormalities in her joint areas, right? Her arms and legs and wrists. That should be here today.
All right. Sustain.
So did you respond to Ms. Williams?
I'm sure I did.
The rejection does sustain. I don't know what the question is.
I abandoned that question.
She literally asked a new question, Judge.
Sustain that question. If you could restate the question.
Is he sleeping?
State your question.
Probably.
So did you respond to Ms. Williams' email?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And what did you respond to her?
I honestly couldn't tell you, but I do remember at some point I had a conversation, and my supervisor also had a conversation with Miss Williams. And she was telling us things that were not told to her from us or the foster parent, like the children's name and things like that.
You know what somebody else told you.
Oh, okay.
Okay. That's what's hearsay.
Okay.
Yeah. And Your Honor, if I could approach and refresh the witness's recollection with her email response.
That's fine.
Thank you. It's just the continuation of the same document. Can you mention a date for this correspondence? Certainly. Okay. I guess. Okay, so now that your memory has been refreshed, so does it sound right that this was on Tuesday, August 8th of 2023?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And so what did you respond to Ms. Williams and her email concerns?
I apologize for myself not telling her about what was going on with Emma, me personally telling her. And I let her know that we were currently also still having evaluations being scheduled to complete like the case and everything for Emma and for everything that was going on with her. And then I let her know that I was happy that she had a great time with the kids.
Gotcha. So you advised her that that y'all at AFAX were in the process of obtaining additional evaluations for Emma?
That's correct.
And so that was kind of ongoing health issues with Emma Hernandez, is that safe to say?
Not really, because the evaluations were more so to see if it was a health issue.
Huh?
Do you recall any of the specific evaluations that were being done that you were involved in, either in transporting Emma Hernandez or working with the family in any capacity?
No, ma'am. I did not transport for any evaluations that I can remember for Emma.
And how long did you, when did you stop working with Emma Hernandez?
I'm sorry. I know it was a few months before I left. It was taken from me because it was such a high profile case. And so not my supervisor, but the one above her actually took one case.
Why was it such a high profile case?
Well, because the public got a hold of it because You Are the Powers started making noise. That's why.
That's interesting.
Isn't continuity supposed to be a good thing with
Yes.
handling these cases? But once
would
it
think
became a big case, let's hand it over to the cult of personality.
Well, then they have to. Yeah, they have to hand it over to the higher ups who make
the
all
bullshitters.
the bullshitters. Yeah.
Yeah,
They
the
can't
professional
let-
bullshitters.
They can't let the case stay with the caseworker who knows the actual stuff. And
Yeah, because she was nice and wanted to give the kids family time. They couldn't have that.
they had to get the professional excusers out,
Mhm.
and then they had to start covering ass. So they couldn't keep somebody on the case that knew the truth about it. No, why would you do that?
Above Ms. Cannon.
Ashley Smith.
Okay, so do you recall about when it was that Ms. Smith took over the case?
I just don't want to lie, so no.
And we don't want you to, so that if you don't remember that.
I don't remember.
But you do remember, do you recall if it was still in 2023 or if it was already in 2024 when this happened?
I don't.
I do feel bad for this chick.
And
a little bit.
is there anything else you remember about your interactions with Emma Hernandez?
She was a sweet baby.
And her parents did not miss any visitations with her, did they?
I can't say.
To your knowledge?
Oh, to my knowledge, I still can't say, honestly. I don't remember that.
Well, I suppose if they had been missing visits, is it the kind of thing that your supervisor probably would have brought up in the DFACS proceedings?
If they have been missing them consistently, yes. But I will say our parents have things come up sometimes, so we are open to rescheduling visits. So when you ask that question, that's kind of what I meant. Like, did they miss them and we rescheduled? Possibly. But if you're asking, like, did they consistently miss them and just not show up? Not to my knowledge, no.
Okay. And did you observe any of the visitations?
No.
Okay. So did you have any opportunities to observe Mr. and Mrs. Hernandez interacting with their daughters?
No.
Well, then I don't have any further questions for you. Thank you very much, Ms. McCrae.
Thank you.
Mr. Craig, good afternoon.
Hi.
I just have a couple quick questions.
Okay.
Did you tell Mrs. Hernandez that Emma had blue spots on her feet at some point while she was in the care with another person?
Okay, so I believe the daycare, I don't know if this is hearsay, the daycare told me that they observed like, not blue spots, but like the bottom of her feet had turned a little bit blue.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you do anything in response
But
to
that's
that
not blue spots?
before, or was she told to go
Well,
to the
it's
hospital
irrelevant
or-
because she's in foster care, so it doesn't
From
matter.
my recollection,
Right.
I believe it went away. So it wasn't like anything that
So
was
no
supposed
documentation
to be a big deal, but
of a
so she
symptom.
didn't have to go to the hospital immediately, but Miss often did take the girls to urgent care after visits. Like if mom or dad would say, hey, this was a little bit strange, we noticed this at the visit on Emma's body, she would take her to urgent care like as many times as she could. I know she's went at least twice.
Are you aware of Emma going to other doctors on a pretty regular basis during the time frame that you were involved in the case?
What do you mean by other doctors?
Urgent care, were there any other doctors besides urgent care that you're aware of?
Oh, she had a pediatrician.
Okay. Who was the pediatrician?
I'm sorry.
Okay.
Hey, Megan.
Was there a problem also with some of
I am so glad that I never heard of you or LawTube when my kids were little, because it's perfectly normal to go to a doctor and say, I'm worried about my child. And should I be, right? But this all gets twisted around, and the presumption of innocence is non-existent. And candidly, I don't know. My nephew is about to become a first-time dad. And I don't know if I would recommend to him that he and his wife frequently point out their concerns to the pediatrician.
They need
because
a
of
family
crap
doctor.
like this.
Yeah, exactly.
Pediatricians,
Yeah.
they need a family doctor, because family doctors, at least here in Georgia, they tend to be less weirdos about stuff. I mean, they're just, like, I don't know how his
I have a family doctor. Although, look, I know this now I've known about the medical kidnappings for many, many years, even when my children were young. And so I've always been very worried about taking them in for certain things that I knew would be looked at as a red flag, right? Like my daughter, my middle one, had an elbow dislocation when she was a toddler because.
How did you cause it?
Well, her father did cause it. He was swinging her around by her hands in a pile of leaves. He was doing it with the older one and doing it with her, and her elbow came dislocated, and we took her to the urgent care. And luckily, I made him go with me. I wanted us both to be there because I said, I don't want to be there by myself, and I definitely want you to witness whatever's about to go down. And the urgent care doctor put it back in. And then just a few minutes later, it popped back out on its own. And he went, that's odd. And he put it back in and he wrapped it up for her. And he didn't think anything of it. He said, it's very common, nursemaid elbow, whatever. Then after that, and she was only like 3 years old, I saw things in her that concerned me that I wanted to ask a specialist about or go to a specialist, but I didn't push it with the pediatrician. I kept asking him and he would say, no, I don't think so. So I would say, okay. And I would say, okay. Fast forward to her being like 9 years old, 10 years old, and she's having some other strange things going on. And I say to the pediatrician again, don't you think a neurologist should look at this? Do you think maybe we should call a neurologist? And again, it was, no, I don't think so. Then she's 15. And by 15, her life changes, turns upside down, can't go to school, can't be an athlete anymore, can't. And now I'm going, well, now we have to see a specialist. And I only didn't push for the specialist back then because I was scared to do so. I was scared to advocate for my kid because I was afraid they would think I was making it up. I was afraid they would think I was doing something to her. So now that she was at the time 15 and she can really speak for herself and doctors listen to them when they're 15. Now suddenly she says to the doctor, I think I'm dying and I need someone to help me. And I can't do this anymore. I think I'm dying. I think something's truly wrong. And so he finally was like, okay, we'll run down every single road and we'll do it. And yeah, she's got Ehlers-Danlos. That's what she has. And I should have, and the signs were there. The signs were there from the dislocation of the elbow to the, sleeping problems and all the stuff, all the things. But I didn't push for the answers back then when I saw things that were wrong because I was terrified. And I understand. I don't know what I would tell parents. I don't know what the answer is.
Yeah.
But I feel guilty that that my daughter, I think, suffered for a long time, knowing something was wrong with her, knowing she was not well. And she felt like I wasn't advocating for her, or I wasn't doing enough for her, and the doctors weren't listening. But what are you going to do? What are the alternatives?
Yeah.
It's a terrible position to be in.
It's not good. And what are the chances that after me covering all of this stuff for all these years that one of my kids has EDS?
Right.
What are the chances? Right. And then, of course, getting that diagnosis was an absolute terrifying moment for me. Like, are you kidding? How is this? This has to be a simulation. How is this happening? I know way more about this than I should, just because I've covered all these cases with these families, and that's what we've been dealing with for the last 2 years, and it's a nightmare.
And you know what, Megan? This is exactly the world that Eli Neuberger warned us about.
That's right.
When he decided not to pursue board certification in a specialty that he helped to develop, because he was specifically concerned that it would become a gotcha specialty. And God rest his soul, we lost him last year. And, he saw that, he a little bit like Oppenheimer. He wanted to, he wanted to channel it for good, not for evil. And unfortunately, evil made more money. So that's where this has all led, right?
Yeah, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible.
Yeah.
When every doctor or child abuse doctor sees abuse everywhere, they're a hammer and it's a nail, and that's just what they do. And so, and having to spend the amount of time I've had to spend with her in hospitals and emergency rooms, and witnessing firsthand just the way that you get treated for chronic illness is another problem altogether. It's been exhausting. It's exhausting. It's for both of us. We're tired, and at least we're getting somewhere with a good physical therapist and a good neurologist. They finally transferred us to like the head neurologist, and she's really great. So we're getting somewhere at least, but it took 10 months to get a diagnosis. That's how long it took to see the right doctors to get the appointments. So it's a real shit show out there. Yeah. I don't wish it on anybody. It's been pretty difficult. I know you have to get going soon.
I do. I've got to jump off, but it's been so much fun. Megan, honestly, I forgot how much fun it is to stream with you. And Nicholas always brings that sense of humor, that dry sense of humor. And honestly, dude, the onesie, you lost me on that one. But Fluxx is always awesome. And Jennifer, it was very nice to meet you today. And I hope our paths cross again soon. Megan, I promise I will come back soon.
Oh, good. I want you to. But before you go, I want you to answer a question from yesterday, because you are you're an obstetrician. You delivered tons of babies. You have lots and lots of experience with babies. Yesterday, the radiologist, who's the child abuse specialist radiologist, said that birth fractures are extremely rare, and the only ones that are not that rare is the clavicle. And she would not expect to see any kind of rib fractures in birth injuries. What would you say about that? How have you seen? She said she's never seen it in her practice. Never seen birth fractures.
I would say that they are rare, not extremely rare. Clavicular fractures can actually be purposeful if you have a shoulder that is stuck behind the pubic ramus.
They'll break it?
You know what? They heal. They heal. No, honestly, I could listen. It's better than having a baby stuck in the birth canal and becoming hypoxic, right?
All right.
So pick your poison. Yes. And I actually have X-rays on my phone I can share with you. My son broke his clavicle in sports, and it literally was this far apart, and he healed perfectly. So,
wow.
But I would say that fractures of the clavicle, even incidental, not purposeful, but also occasionally fractures of the long bone just simply happen, right? So to say that it is extremely rare, I think is probably an adjective too far. And
Yeah, we
I
looked
think,
it up and it said 1 in
yeah,
4,000. 1 in 4,000 doesn't seem that rare to me.
that's not extremely rare. Not
No.
when there's how many 100,000 babies born every year, right?
10,000 babies born a day in the United States.
Correct, right?
And so 2.5 of them are going to have birth fractures. That doesn't a day. That doesn't seem rare to me.
Yeah, and you still have, I mean, the undiagnosed ones. I mean, hairline fractures. The parents,
absolutely. Yep.
Nobody knows. It heals. They grew up.
Yeah.
But if there is an underlying, not defect, but you know what I mean.
Deficiency, vitamin deficiency. Yeah.
Sure.
Then it becomes noticeable. Then it becomes part of the statistics.
Yeah. So
I think a lot of ribs are in. No one can tell me that ribs are not born, are not broken during a lot of births. Because at this point, I have sat in too many court hearings to see rib fractures. But there's no X-rays done, so we don't have actual data on this.
So I can tell you that I've never been a party to a delivery with a confirmed rib fracture, but it wouldn't shock me at all if when I'm at St. Peter's Gate, he says, "Hey, by the way, you fractured all these kids' ribs and it was incidental and it was unknown and undiagnosed." That wouldn't shock me, right?
Yeah, not me at all.
But again, because they're not symptomatic, right? So, and the great news is, a friend of mine was an orthopedic surgeon, and he, my son, when he broke his clavicle, he said to me, kids are great. This is a great testimony to the fragility of man and the healing ability of children, right? The elasticity of children. They heal. It's magic how fast kids heal. So incidental findings all day long. I don't doubt that in the least. But truly, I've delivered over 3,500 kids. I'm not aware of any confirmed rib fractures, but it wouldn't shock me.
But you would have to have you'd have to have an X-ray done.
You'd have to have a reason to have an X-ray done.
Right.
Exactly.
Right. So
no,
but I do have to jump, guys. I apologize.
Bye-bye, Joe. Thank
great.
you
It was
so
great
much.
seeing everybody, and thank you to the audience. I love all the feedback.
We'll
Appreciate
see you again
guys.
soon.
I'll look forward to that. Thanks.
If you have an MRI machine at the end of the bed, would that help? I mean, I have to go as well because my stream starts in 3 minutes.
That's right. All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we will see you. We'll see you when we see you. I guess.
Well, we're about to have a surprise guest is about to come on here, Megan, in just a second.
Oh yeah.
I've been notified.
Yeah, but I have to. What button
you have to go.
do I press?
I think I can get you out of here. Hold on.
Yeah.
How do I do this? This is a problem.
Yeah, there's no escape button.
Just close the browser, Nick. Just close the browser. There you go. I know there's a way.
Dr. Joe is still in. You see Dr. Joe on the bottom?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to kick him. I think I know how.
How do we escape?
I go to participants, then I go to him, and then I go kick, and then he should be gone. And then I go.
So you have to kick us out?
Kick. Yep, and then he should be gone. Okay, now we're good. All right.
Okay, I think we have a guest coming.
Really? Well, who could it be? Who is it? Are you going to tell me who it is?
We can't. No, I'm just going to let them come.
All right.
And then I have to figure out the speaker situation.
The speaker situation?
Well, because I'm wearing earbuds.
Oh, right. You can just
can you do one and one?
Oh, yeah, or you could share them.
Is he coming?
He said yes.
Hurry up, guest. We're live, man.
Is he in your house?
He's in my house. This guest is in my home.
Fantastic. Well, this is like Hollywood Squares. I'm getting very excited. Who's the secret square?
Watch it be Dr. Good Hair just randomly show up there.
Come on, man! Look who it is!
Oh, hey,
Oh
look.
my God, Matt, how
Put that in your
are
left ear.
you?
In your left ear.
Matt, how are you, man?
Hey guys, it's great to see you. How
It
are
is
you?
Matt
How are you?
Hernandez. I'm so glad to see you. I haven't seen you since that terrible day that you were on my show and then they indicted you.
Yeah, it's been a long time. Thank you so much for continuing to talk about it and share it and to help spread the word there.
Oh my goodness. It's my pleasure. This case is one of the worst I've ever seen, Matt, and I just want to tell you how sorry we all are for the hell that your family has been put through. What a terrible, terrible time you've had. Oh, well, let me fix that. That's not good. Why is that like that? Well, we'll just put this back in there.
There we go.
There we go.
Thanks to a lot of support, we got through it okay, and we're still trying to obviously figure things out, but that's all we can do is keep kind of marching on at this point. But we just hope that we stop hearing stories about this happening to other families still, but it's still kind of continuing to happen.
I know. I'm having such a hard time understanding why the prosecutor continues to prosecute these cases. I have no idea why that's
Because I
a
think,
thing.
Megan, in a lot of these, they don't have good attorneys. So for a lot of them, they're still winning.
Yeah.
And I think that that's the hope. Like, think about it. If Steve and Catherine weren't in this trial, and if it was someone with even a good attorney, but less knowledge about
Yeah.
what's going on,
That very well could be true.
I mean, yeah, like they're just chancing it that they can win.
Matt, you seem really tired. I can understand why you might be exhausted by all of this. Like I can't even imagine, honestly. I can't imagine going through this. And how is Tuckey doing?
She's good. She's in Thailand with the girls right now, so they're with the grandparents. So they're all doing well. I'm over here trying to get everything wrapped up and figured out so I can go back over there and be with them as well.
You know, I would leave the country too, I think. I think I would not want to stay in a place that would do this to my family. Stay in a place that calls itself the home of the free and then does this to my family. I think I would be on the next plane out of here as well. So, I hope that whatever is coming forward for you, what's coming next, I hope that it's a lot more peaceful than what you all have been through here.
Thank you. I mean, it's kind of a bittersweet thing. I mean, yeah, we do look forward to getting away from Georgia and to having a fresh start, but we don't look forward to leaving all the people that we know in Georgia. So,
Like me.
Yeah.
It's sad.
Yeah, but Jennifer, you can get some stamps on your passport. Get some
I know.
travel in. You know?
I know. I'm excited. I've already been told we're going to be invited, so I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably a beautiful place, and I'm sure that it'd be an experience, And I just feel so awful that someone came to this country, looking for something better, and then ends up getting stomped on by the state the way that the two of you have been has just been embarrassing to me as an American. It's an embarrassment. Our system is an embarrassment, and these people in Georgia need to be held accountable because what's been done to your family is unspeakable, Matt. So we are having Jennifer has the fundraiser put up for you guys to help you pay off your legal fees, and we will be pushing that in the coming weeks that we're covering this trial to try and help you guys to pay the attorney's fees, because your attorneys really were wonderful. Tell me about
they were incredible.
Your experience with them, because it's not usual to get attorneys that good.
No, and a lot of things kind of had to fall into place for it to happen. I mean, Steve was with my wife from the very beginning, so that was incredible. And he's just an all-around great guy. Not only just a good attorney, but he's a real human being that cares. So having him there who was willing to talk with me, even though I wasn't working him necessarily, I mean, he really made sure that I stayed comfortable and that he knew that he was here to help my family. So Steve was incredible. I initially had Mr. Brownell as my criminal attorney, but he had to step away And then I ended up with Catherine, which was an absolute blessing.
Yeah, I can't tell you how much I enjoy your attorneys. Your attorneys are amazing. They have been very entertaining, but also like bulldogs in the courtroom. They just are, they're great. And I very rarely do you see attorneys that fight the way that they do. And it's pretty wonderful to watch it, especially knowing I don't think I could have watched this trial live. I'm actually happy there was no live streaming of this trial because I would be on pins and needles. What was it like for you in that courtroom every day, not thinking that you could be going to jail? How many years were you facing?
80 years. And our plea deal was 40 years.
They offered you a plea deal of 40 years?
The day of trial, like the day the trial
the
started.
day of trial, like that's when they offered us a plea deal. It was just beyond frustrating, you know, from having them bring in our witnesses and then they would send out all the jury and then they would, you know, ask the witnesses question and the judge would say, no, I'm not going to let you, you know, testify in front of the witnesses. Then at the very end, you know, they even decided that it was okay to send the jury back with all the medical records for the state and none of the medical records from our doctors. And, and that was scary too, because it's just like, this is kind of unbelievable. And thankfully the jury themselves questioned that and wanted to understand why they didn't have reports from our side.
Do you remember the judge's reason?
I think the judge literally just said that this is what they decided upon. And
The judge said that the defense medical doctor reports were paid for by the family. So because that they were paid for by the parents and they were reports, they weren't actually part of the medical records.
yeah, so that's right.
But
Caroline
normally expert
argued-
reports get entered into evidence.
Not these suckers. They pulled them all out.
Oh my God.
No, they tried to act like these reports were solely put together for a trial, and their doctor reports were purely from a medical standpoint. Like it was just.
That should all be caught. I'm sure Jed got all of that. It was right at the end, and the judge gave Catherine, like, out of all the stacks, he gave her, like, you have, like, a minute to get things in order, like, what you think, and then she really didn't even have time. The judge was just like, all right, we're not sending anything back from these reports.
Yeah, because part of the reports that would have been in the medical records would have, I guess, been information about the, you know, video interview with Aria.
Mm-hmm.
And it had been brought up that this wasn't going to be discussed. And that was obviously beneficial to the state because it was disgusting.
They lied in the report about Aria.
But we tried to make sure that that didn't get brought up. And they said it wasn't going to get brought up. And then by trying to send them back with all the medical records, like in a way they were like, well, it's in these records. So
yeah,
it's really just absurd.
And a lot of hearsay was in the records because it's like quotes that DFCS caseworkers made. Like McKenzie McCray here, just a quote of like, hey, I think the aunt and the uncle must have let the mom over to abuse the baby. Like that's in the CHOA medical records. And that was all going back to the jury. But no reports that the parents paid for.
That's crazy. This is just craziness. Tell me about the girls, Matt. How was it? How long did it take before you were reunited with them after your acquittal?
Oh man, so that was a kind of a low blow. When we got acquitted, we really thought we were going to pick the girls up that day. We weren't allowed to go get our children even after we were acquitted. We still had to jump through hoops and go back to juvenile court, which I think was maybe just another week. It wasn't even a week, but still the fact is it's just
It was June 10th. So it was June 10th, so almost a month. Almost 3 weeks.
I don't know. It's all a giant blur, but it's just so frustrating that the state still just refused to get their hands off our family in so many ways. Now the girls are doing good. They're trying to now take on, you know, a Thai education as well, but they're doing good. I just hope to get back there soon. That's all.
You must miss them.
And Thailand is an incredible country. I think we have a great opportunity there. We just need to get over there and get things properly squared off here and make sure everybody's taken care of.
We have a friend in Thailand, don't we? Legal Mindset is over there. Andrew lives there now. You know what? I may be able to hook you up with an American in Thailand who can show you around.
That'd be cool.
That would be nice. Pick his brain a little bit. Yeah.
He owes me one anyway, so I'll let him know. I'll let him know. But he's a lawyer. He has a YouTube channel, and he's a nice dude, and he lives there now. And I'm sure he'd be happy to show you the ropes as a fellow American living in Thailand. But this is just unbelievable. I love, though, for you, I love the fact that the jury saw through all of this. And did you get to talk to any of the jurors after the trial?
No, I think the attorneys did, perhaps, but we certainly didn't. No.
I did. I talked to one.
Oh, you did? What was that like? Are you allowed to talk about it?
Yeah, I am. I hope she sees this one day. Megan, I'll be honest, you guys haven't got to see anything for the defense yet. And like, as we're doing this, we're just on McKenzie McCray. It gets really rough. Like, you know, there is a lot of laughing and joking going on and making fun of these idiots, but it gets very, very, very down where it just feels like there's no way to get the truth to the jury. And I'll be honest, standing in that room waiting to hear what they came up with, I was terrified. I really could not feel a presence. You know, I'm a Christian. I couldn't feel like a presence that God was giving me peace about anything. It was just very scary. Talking to her after, she immediately was like, no cameras. So our friend Rebecca Lindstrom was there, and I had her like step away because I just wanted to talk to her and thank her. And I'm going to be honest, in case she ever listens to this, they had a hard time in that room. So much of the evidence you guys are going to get to hear thanks to Jeb, and only thanks to Jeb. Otherwise, we wouldn't have this. They did not get to hear what loving, good parents Matt and Tuckey are. That was not allowed to be told in front of this jury. So to not get all of their like behavioral aides, all the therapists, all the counselors, the visit supervisors, everyone who painted these parents with a beautiful, truthful picture, the jury didn't get to hear that. So for them, in their mind, they believe this one jury, we couldn't prove either parent did it. That's why it was not guilty. We're not sure what happened. Now with the Tims, it was the opposite. It was like, you know, so much evidence got out there that everybody was like, wow, this makes perfect sense. But nobody got to hear what these medical doctors and these people think happened to Emma based off the information. The only reason the jury was unable to fully push forward. Now, this one woman, this could be her, right? Like, she's speaking for her.
Yeah.
So I don't know how the others felt, even the extras that were in there. But I know for her, this one woman, it was hard for her. And Pastor Trent our pastor testifies in here, and that meant a lot to her. She said, if a pastor got up there and said these things and could say these things about this family, that meant a lot to me, because she said, I'm a Christian, so this meant a lot to me. She was just having an internal struggle. And I had told her later, message me on Facebook. You can add me. You can ask me anything, and I'll send you everything. I'll answer anything. So she did add me, and she did ask me a couple of questions, but I try and leave her alone because it was an emotional 2 weeks. It was very hard for them to hear all of this and think a baby was abused.
It was very, very frustrating to know that every one of these workers was assigned to us from the state. It's not like we did not hire any of these people. Some of them were assigned from DFCS, some were assigned by juvenile court, but every one of them was assigned to our case from the state, and every one of them had a good thing to say about us. And then all of a sudden, it was just like, well, we're not going to let them talk then. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense. It's like, guys, this wasn't a hired gun. This was your own workers,
your own people.
So it's just sad that they'll go to that level to cover up the truth. My wife is an absolute sweetheart, and they wouldn't let her see or be her mom wouldn't let her talk Thai to her own children. It's really a disgusting.
You know, we haven't even got
Disgusting
into it,
situation.
but they talk about the breast milk, and here they touched on it. Like, well, we know the breast milk was getting to the aunt and uncle. Well, we later find out Tuckey is pumping, even while in jail, people. She is pumping. She asked to bring her breast pump with her to jail. They allow it. They have to throw that away because I don't think they had a freezer in the jail. But when she gets out, she is pumping. She's driving it to the DFCS building and being told breast milk is being brought to the new foster placement. That doesn't happen. We don't know to this
they threw
day.
it in the dumpster, just like Jesus.
Yeah, it's a dumpster moment. Yes.
It's
You
really.
can go ahead and check off dumpster moment on your card because, like J Hatch, they threw the breast milk in the dumpster. What assholes? I'm sorry, but my God.
Yeah. And lie about it. Never tell Tuckey. She has no idea where the breast milk was, but I know she wasn't getting it because I had the girls early in August and the foster mom sent formula and was like, this is the formula she takes. So when I find Tuckey online, I'm like, wait, she's still pumping? So I ask her on the phone, she's like, yeah, I bring my breast milk to DFCS. And I'm like, well.
Oh my God.
No, this was the same foster mom that was just. I believe she was just told that Tuckey doesn't show up to the visits.
That's right. I forgot about that.
And it's like, no, my wife has a court order that doesn't let her go to the visits. She would give anything in the world to be there. But these are the type of things that the workers tell foster parents. It's like that parents just show up. Who knows if they even knew anything that Tuckey was putting in the effort to pump breast milk anyway. But I remember the first thing she asked when cops showed up is can I grab my pump? It was the first thing she was concerned about. Not that she was going to jail, was making sure that Emma continued to get breast milk. And that was the last thing the state cared about.
That is awful.
I'll never forget Daniel Benefield just said in the courtroom that, well, this is our policy. It doesn't matter that it's clearly beneficial for a child to have breast milk. It doesn't matter. This is how we do it in the state of Georgia.
That's the DFCS attorney. She is the most evil. She, I think, is the most evil person on this whole entire case.
What's her name?
Danielle Benefield.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
she's the one.
I remember
who made
her
the
in the juvenile case. I remember how awful she was.
Do you remember the joke she made? And Jed put that into their mini documentary where she tells the judge they're talking about time for the next hearing the next day, and she makes a joke like, well, Your Honor, the little one has my oldest has soccer practice, my husband's a coach, that will leave the little one to the wolves. And the judge is like, oh, well, Miss Benefield, we don't need a DFCS case open on you. And they all start laughing while Matt and Tuckey are gathering their belongings, crying.
Oh God.
They're as heartless as you can be. What happened in that courtroom is a wake-up call. If people want to spend the time watching it, just know that the justice system is beyond broken. It's either completely broken or this is how it's designed to work, and it's designed to work for them, not for us. I mean, we're God bless, we're so lucky to be here. It's unbelievable the things that fell into place to allow my wife and I to have made it through this, because the state put in a tremendous amount of effort into covering everything up.
Tell her about the Dahlberg hearing before this trial started.
So a Dahlberg hearing, to my knowledge, is designed to allow, you just want to make sure that the experts testifying are actually qualified,
Yes.
So instead of looking at the resumes for some of our doctors, which are unbelievable, they have this Dahlberg motion. So they were allowed to basically interrogate our witnesses while having every doctor from the state on a Zoom call listening
the whole time.
And basically they were just able to well, we're going to ask you every question that we're going to ask you in trial. We're going to hear how you're going to respond, and we're going to have a week and a half to figure out how to rebuttal it and do all this, because that's just what we're doing. So unfortunately,
Megan, they wanted to cut out every one of their doctors. They didn't want any of their doctors to testify to give them a chance to fight this.
Of course they didn't.
Catherine pointed out that Stephen Mesner was listening. You could see their names on Teams. And Catherine's every single doctor for the state is listening. And they're like, yeah. And
Now, here's what's funny. When we asked the judge if this is how this was supposed to work, he said that he wasn't unsure. He then looked at Caroline Yee to ask her if this is how it's supposed to work. And then she said, yes, Your Honor. All of our doctors are supposed to be allowed to hear every single thing their witnesses say before they go to trial. It's like, that's not how this is supposed to work.
I don't think
but
that's
okay.
how that works. I think they're allowed to if they're the state's experts. I believe they're allowed to read the expert reports prior to the trial.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, like
they have
discovery.
Yeah. But I don't know if they're allowed to be in the Daubert hearing. I haven't heard of that. I'll have to I wish Nick was here. I wonder if he would know. But I will find out because I've never heard of that. But
It
that
didn't
doesn't
seem correct. I mean, obviously,
right.
thankfully, we don't have the experience either. But it didn't seem like it was correct. And if anything, it seemed like it would obviously be an advantage to the state, which is why it was happening. But
And it's just, and I know we have to believe the state is evil, but it's so sad that even up to that point, here you are taking this couple through this trial. You're not even going to let them have one doctor try to rebuttal what you're saying happened. That just doesn't even make sense. Even wars have rules. Wars have rules. And they're trying to break every rule just to get a win. That's messed
and
up.
I kind of hope that Auntie Sue is watching this coverage to
yes,
see how
that's
this
the
other
twins
judge
judge.
behaved. To see how this other judge behaved. If anybody can get it to her somehow, I think she should watch it because I almost feel like somebody there in Georgia needs to do something about this judge because his decisions
it'd be nice.
His decisions are awful. And half the time he seems like he's not even paying attention. And then the other half, it's just he's doing whatever
He
the state
sits in
wants him to
his
do.
chair, squeaking. You can hear it all in the background.
There was one time he denied something that Catherine, tried to rebuttal, and she didn't even get to stand up before he overruled it. Like he wasn't even going to listen to it at all.
It gets wild when the defense starts calling their witnesses. Like it gets weird and it gets wild.
You're correct though. If more judges tune in to see how this judge handled himself and how much of a joke this system is to him and to Penny Penn, the DA, it's a problem.
Penn. I just can't get over her name.
Yeah, Penny Penn. I can't get over that one either. The fact that the DA there keeps bringing these cases against these innocent families is disgusting. And, this judge, what's his last name? Dickinson? I know he's a dick, but Dickinson, he needs to be voted out. If he's a voted in judge, if he's on the ballot, he needs to be voted out. What county is it? Forsyth County?
It's Forsyth, but unfortunately, I think he was just reelected before our trial.
Good.
He's already 100 years old. I mean, it's like, dude.
Oh, they stay on the bench forever. They stay there once they get that black robe, they never quit. It's an absolute disaster. I mean, look at all the judges we've seen. Schrader was sitting on that trial, on the Zachary trial with a brain injury. I mean, and he was clearly a shell of himself.
Megan showed
that's wild.
Sarah Eller's chainsaw video. Megan showed it 2 days ago.
Oh God. You know what? It's funny and we're laughing at it, but it must be terrifying, Matt, to find out that the caseworker on your case is a mentally ill, crazy person and nobody cares. It's like, she can take kids away from families. No problem.
And it was, I remember very clearly, it was like 3 or 4 in the morning when I saw that it was kind of, and my heart just dropped and I said, like, this is unreal. Like, how does she work for the state? How does she have a job doing this? During the trial, we were told that we couldn't bring it up because her post took place before, everything would have necessarily happened. But her post says that it would take her years of rehabilitation to heal. So
well,
she wasn't
wait
healed.
a minute. isn't it important that that happened before your case? Because
Yeah.
she literally told the world, I'm mentally ill. I
Yeah.
shouldn't be working right now. I have problems. I resent people. I need therapy. To me, that
Yeah, I
seems
resent normal
relevant as
people.
hell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awful. This is
No,
just
I mean,
awful.
some of the things that I really remember very clearly were the judge at multiple times saying that, this is not a parental fitness case. These witnesses are not, they don't matter. And then at one point, the state even said that, Your Honor, the state never accused Mr. or Mr. Hernandez of being bad parents. And it's like, what? You took our children away from us.
Oh, it's so bad, you guys.
Accusing you
I
of being good parents? Like,
I know. It's just like, what do you mean? Like, you accused us of, you're trying to lock us up for 80 years for abuse. Like, that is definitely accusing us of being bad parents.
Yeah, that's definitely. So you're
You
saying
guys
you're
are
trying to lock
delusional.
up good parents for 80 years? What?
And then remember when the judge made the comment, I think more than once, that his courtroom was not what was the best interest of children, was not priority in his courtroom.
Something along those lines. Yeah, like he's like, well, the what they do in juvenile court and what happens here are completely different. It's like, yeah, it's a joke either way, though, sir.
Like, he didn't want to bring up anything with the DFCS case, but people have to understand the DFCS case is why they're there at the criminal case. Like, that's the whole reason.
Yeah.
So you can't have, unfortunately, they are two different courtrooms, and we're not stupid. We know that, but they do go hand in hand, like 100%. So you can't ignore one. You just can't.
I do believe that there are doctors that 100% know what's going on in the system. And then I think that there are other nurses or other workers that do believe that there's more of an investigation that's taking place. But once you realize, like, no, there's no investigation. The investigation is the child protective, is the one doctor's report.
Mhm.
He gives that report to the police. There's nothing else is done from there on out besides ripping apart families.
Well, they said that. Sarah Eller sat on this stand because remember, I missed it. So this is my first time watching it. And she said, well, no investigation was done on this case. I mean, it's like, oh, okay. And then they didn't bring in the
Okay.
police officer, so no investigation was done.
Which,
I mean, they tell you.
according to Penny Penn, was because police don't need to always be invited to the party.
Yeah, that's right. Penny Penn did say that. Someone
pretty
asked her was it Catherine herself?
I think Catherine asked.
I
Penny
forgot
Penn-
about that, Matt. Catherine asked her like during a break, because Penny Penn came, Megan, and she and I had a good stare down. It was like 7 or 8 seconds. I promise. I was like this, and she went
Ugh.
and leaned forward to stare at me. Catherine asked her about it, and she's like, "You don't always have to invite law enforcement to the party." That was her response.
Oh my God.
She's a piece of work, dude. And I looked in.
LMP69, thanks for the 10, says, I just checked Grok, and in Georgia, it's at the court's discretion if opposing experts can sit in on a Daubert hearing. That needs to change.
Well, he made his decision, so.
It sure seems like the court has too much discretion in Georgia about a lot of things, including keeping a husband and wife from living together when they're under charges of. I've never heard of anything so stupid. You have a constitutional right not to incriminate one another. You have a constitutional right not to testify against the other one. So they cannot say that because they're both being charged, they're witnesses in something and they have to stay separate. You don't have to testify against your wife. She doesn't have to testify against you. So why the hell would you have to live separately?
Mm-hmm.
We never got a good answer for this. And the only thing that we were ever told is just solely they just want to break you guys. They just want to destroy you mentally, physically, financially.
Emotionally.
Yeah. I mean,
awful.
This is a chess game to them. They position their pieces. They move them when they need to move them. That's why I was arrested several months after my wife was. After they couldn't get me to throw her under the bus or do anything that they wanted me to do, it was let's move on to trying to arrest you. Let's move on to trying to break you guys financially. And now I mean, it was one thing after another. It really was. It was just every time we felt like we could take a breath, it was, we could see the next wave coming in, but it's just unreal. There's a lot of times where it still feels like it wasn't real, and then I have moments where I just miss my girls because I'm not with them right now, but at least I know they're safe. That's all I can focus on.
Gosh, Matt, this whole thing has been so awful. SF, thanks for the 5, says, I've said it before, these cases make me so glad I never had kids. These doctors and government workers are effing evil. Yeah, it's terrifying. It's very, very scary. Magic Woman, thanks for the 5, says, thank you for reading my F-bomb jar ad yesterday. Those were yours? They're so funny. We had a good time with that ad.
Cute.
They were so cute. Thanks for advertising on Rumble and giving us the opportunity to do that. That was fun. I chose that because it looked like a fun one to read, and it turned out to be really funny. Cynic in Chief, thanks for the 2, says, my verdict, jail for all DCF workers. I wish that the supervisors especially would have to face some kind of they should have to face the same sentence you were facing.
Yeah.
That would be biblical justice.
I'll go to their trial. I'll
There's
watch
a
it.
story in the Bible about Esther. And in that story, the bad man Haman is making plans to murder an innocent man on a gallows. And at the end of that story, Haman is hanged on the very gallows that he built for an innocent person. That is the justice that should happen in a case like this. And what has happened is not justice. What has happened is that Matt and Tuckey Hernandez have been put in a lifetime of debt by the state that the state will never repay. They don't come out and say, we're sorry that we got it wrong and the jury didn't find us credible. They don't come out and say, okay, well, we have to pay your fees now because we charged you incorrectly. No, they're on their own now and this family wasn't making millions of dollars before this happened. It's not okay that the state can just bankrupt an innocent family and just be like, oh, well, I guess we lost, and move on to somebody else. That's what really bothers me.
Yeah,
I think they sent Carrie like a letter even after they won their case, and they still basically calls them abusers in the letter. Like
you ought to have Carrie on and read that letter she got. If she doesn't want to go on, I will. Like if she has a personal reason to not have that read. But yeah, I mean,
which
because
letter?
of her post.
Wait, what letter are we talking about? Are you talking about that? Why does the stupid thing do that? It's driving me crazy. All right.
So she made a post this fall. And she called the hospital out, and she called Verena Brown and Stephen Mesner by name. She called them out on a social media
the letter.
post.
Yes, the letter. She
Cease
sent
and
it to me.
desist, or we're going to threaten you.
She told me I could read it, and I just never got around to it. So we probably should do that here. I'll have to find it. It's buried in my email somewhere.
I can always resend it to you. You know, when I go on a vacation soon, I'm really praying and hoping you'll pause this trial footage because I'm selfish and I want to be on it. So I want you to pause it when I'm out of the state because I don't want to miss it.
I already told you. We'll probably do that.
Fluxx, you can have Carrie on. You can have Carrie read the letter. She also just wrote a book, Megan.
Oh, she did? I didn't know that.
Really?
And she released it. You can buy it.
Yeah.
You can
What's
buy
it called?
Tough as a Mother.
I like that a lot.
Oh, I like that.
That's
on Amazon. But how cool would that be? You can have her on. You can read the letter if she doesn't, want to partake in that. But yeah, Matt's right. Even in that letter, they're like, "Oh, you're still an abuser. Like, we don't care that you won your trial."
Oh, check it out. I gotta show you guys this.
You gotta share it. It's so cool.
I love this title, by the way. This is a great headline. Let me see if I can pull this up in a new tab.
No, I'm okay.
All right. This is what I want to share. All right, so this is her cover. What a great cover.
Yeah.
Tough as a Mother
that.
by Carrie Timms. This is fantastic.
Guys, go buy it.
It's only $17 on Amazon, by Carrie Timms. It's her story, and you guys know Carrie Timms. Here, let's read the back of it too, because the back of it is available. Let's see what that says. All right. Tough as a mother. Let me see if I can get in here close. My newborn was taken from my arms in a hospital room that was supposed to be safe. Before that, I survived a childhood filled with chaos, silence, and secrets no child should carry. I learned how to endure, how to protect, how to stand on my own when no one else would. But nothing prepares you for the moment everything is ripped away. This is not a polished story of unshakable faith. This is the truth about anger, about questioning God, about finding your footing again when life knocks you flat. For 1,174 days, I fought for my child, for my voice, for the life we deserved. This book is for the woman who feels worn down but refuses to quit, the one who keeps showing up even when it's hard, the one who knows deep down she was made for more, because even in the hardest seasons, strength rises, faith rebuilds, and what tried to break you can become the very thing that builds you. Fantastic. I'm so glad she did this. You know, it's not an easy thing to write a book. It really is not. It is not an easy thing.
Especially a personal book where you're going to pour out yourself for the world.
I'm going to drop the link in the chat so you guys have it, so you can go and buy her book. It is $17 for the paperback, and it doesn't look like it's available on Kindle just yet. She probably will do that, I'm sure.
Tell her to do an audiobook and let her read it with her southern sweet voice.
Oh, that would be nice.
Yeah, you know, the process of that is at least it was at the time very difficult.
Hard.
I remember. Yeah, it was they don't make it easy for some reason. It's much easier to get a Kindle version.
Sure.
But doing the audio it's a whole other thing. I don't seem to be able to get a clean link to this. Mods, if one of you can get a clean link and drop it in the chat, I would appreciate it. I'm having difficulty, and you know I can't do two things at once. It's too hard.
It's too hard.
It is. It's too hard. I'm only medium smart. I can only do one thing at a time, and when I'm streaming, I'm already doing a million things at once. Okay. I am going to, Matt, if you are around and you want to join us again at any time, I know it might be hard for you to rewatch this, so I don't expect you to be here, but if you want to ever, you're always invited. So please drop in at any time. It was so nice to see you. And I'm so glad that you're doing okay. And I hope that everything goes, I hope your life is much more peaceful after this, Matt. That's what I wish for you. I wish that there's just peace ahead and nothing but peace.
For the support over the last 2 years doing all this, and the girls are safe, and that's what everybody needs to know. They're happy, they're safe, and we'll be all together soon. And thanks to Jennifer
and Jonathan. No one. He's the unseen.
You are the power.
And Jonathan, by the way, is the unsung hero of the stream. He bought Jennifer a brand new computer and microphone and everything. And listen to how good her sound is.
Yes. Apparently, I sound like a robot the last 2 weeks. So we had to fix this. And I'm so proud.
And Jonathan really stepped it up. Jonathan's welcome to join us, too, if he has the time. But I know that he's probably a busy man.
I would love for him to. He's amazing because he never missed a hearing for the Hernandez family. Like, he took time off work.
You guys never missed anything.
We never missed a hearing. I mean, except I missed the whole part of the trial because they wouldn't let me in, but I was still there. I was just in the lobby. It takes a serious village, and Megan, you and your viewers are part of that village. I mean, we've already raised $360 for the Hernandez family just from your stream this week. So, I mean, you guys are part of that village.
And I really would appreciate it, chat, if you would send even a couple bucks, $5 over to the Hernandez family fundraiser for them. We want to get their attorneys paid. And the biggest reason we want to get these attorneys paid is because the attorneys have sacrificed a lot to help these families, and they've got bills to pay and kids to feed too. And they've done a lot of this for no pay, and they've been real patient, and we want them to continue helping other families, and we want to make it possible that they can do that so that they don't get to a point where they're like, I can't, I'm broke, and I need to do something that's going to pay me. That's why a lot of these lawyers who start out trying to help can't keep going. because they can't make a living because it's too expensive. And I understand it. I do. And this is why, supporting lawyers who do pro bono work and having legal funds out there to help with this kind of stuff is so important. And so far, we were able to raise $9,000 for Carrie Timms to pay her legal fees. And that was amazing. And I think we can do it again. I think we can exceed that. I am aiming for $19,000. That's my goal. I really want us to get to $19,000 so we can pay the full bill. And you're going to get a hilarious chainsaw video out of all of us.
We get to have a chainsaw video.
We're going to make we're going to destroy shit with chainsaws if you guys can hit that goal.
It's so much better than river dancing. I'm just really excited about it.
I know.
So excited.
Love it.
When I saw Verena last week at trial in a different hearing, it took every bit of energy from the universe to keep my mouth shut, because I passed her going to the bathroom and she saw us in the courtroom, and I wanted so bad to say, Verena, do you mind unblocking me from your social media? I have a couple more videos I really want to send to you. But
I would have asked her, hey, Verena, how's your scrunchie?
God bless. I'm not telling Matt about that.
I
You
know.
don't ask.
I'm not gonna ask.
You don't need to know. I promise. Life is better by not knowing.
Oh, Lord. All right, guys, it's time for me to skedaddle out of here. It's time to go. I've got to
You
go
streaming
take care of-
tomorrow?
I am not sure.
Okay.
I am not sure. I think so, but I think Nick's taking the day off tomorrow, so I got to find out if he's going to join us or not. If he isn't, maybe I'll take the day off. I don't know.
Okay.
I want to stream.
You decide. Jeb, our awesome film man, he's here in Georgia, and he was hoping to hop on.
Oh, I want him here. Yes. That would
So-
be fantastic. I want to hear about his documentary that he's making, and I want to know when, how's that going? And yeah, I want to talk to him about the experience of filming all of this.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
so if you want to, he's here, and he's either going to.
All right. Well, that changes my mind. We'll do it. 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 We're on.
Just tell me the time, and I'll tell him.
Probably 1:00, same time.
Okay.
I would say. Does that work for everybody?
Yeah.
Fluxx, are you going to be able to be here?
Oh yeah, I just have my final exam, but I plan on finishing that in the morning, so I'll be
Okay.
good.
He's in law school.
Excellent. And
Not
that'll be
law
fun.
school yet, just regular school, so I can go. I have to get my bachelor's, and then I'm going to law school.
Yeah.
She's going to go, and she's going to soar.
Yes,
I'm
she is.
proud of you.
These people done piss me off too much. I can't.
Yeah,
I can't.
So is my 12-year-old after yesterday, which I won't talk about right now, but after yesterday, my son is like, oh, I'm going to be an attorney. Like I'm doing criminal and juvenile. He's like, I'm done with this.
I want to be like Catherine.
Yes, Catherine.
I want to be like her.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And I know you will
Catherine
be.
and Steve
You'll be
were
amazing.
incredible. They were incredible.
Yeah, Fluxx knows. She already knows about the squanching. She's got this.
That's right. Fluxx, you're already so far ahead of the game. It's not even funny. All right, on the way out of here, I am going to share with you guys Razilla's Realm, his new video of it's really funny, of my birthday stream. It's like a compilation of funny moments from my my birthday stream, and he made a song about it. It's very funny, and I'm gonna share it with you if I can find it. Let's see.
And then you were going to kick us out, or I just leave it and then end the browser?
Yeah, how do we leave?
How do we leave?
You can never leave.
Oh.
You can never leave. No, I will. I'll kick you. I'll kick you when you have to go. Okay, wait. Where is it? All right, hold on. I have it in my. I have it here. Quick, Fluxx, entertain the chat.
Look at my cool mustache. Isn't it a cool mustache? You guys like my mustache? Yeah.
There we go. There you go.
There it is. I think it works. Get the nice big old Fu Manchu in there.
I love it.
You know. But yeah. I'm really
that's why I
excited.
couldn't find it. It was Rickles, not Rizilla. It's Rickles. That I got it wrong. It's not Rizilla, it's Rickles, but Rizilla does cool stuff too. Here we go. All right, everybody, we will see you tomorrow. And as you heard, the filmmaker who is making this documentary about these families in Georgia will join us tomorrow. Jeb will be here, and that's exciting. What's Jeb's last name?
Sorry, Kicker. Jeb Kicker.
Kicker? What a great last name.
So cool.
That's a great last name. Jeb Kicker. I love it.
You know, we're leaving. We have to leave here around like 4 to go out to eat with Matt and Ryan. And so
we'll have it done before then. We'll end it. We'll try to end at 3. We'll go from 1 to 3 so that you guys have some time. All right, everybody, you take care. Enjoy this hilarious video, and we will see you tomorrow. Bye.
Can you hear me, Judge? I think it's a filter. I'm not a cat. Good, we're starting professionally. Came for a birthday, stayed for the wreck. 10 people backstage and StreamYard checks. Host says I only show up in black and white. I'm 50 now, too old for light. Balloons got loose in a runaway tree. Driver yelled, I tried, then fled the scene. Dog went wild like the yard got raided. Nobody knew if gifts actually made it. Somebody muted for the 7th round. Whole room yelling buttons, find your sound. This ain't a party, it's a systems test. And somehow still it's better than the rest. Tug is quiet, that's never fine. Trouble loads in real time when that man goes calm and still. Duck and cover, it's pecuniary.
Same weird people on a birthday night. Half wrong stories, screens too bright.
No one knows what this became,
but everybody came just the same.
Muted mics and legal tea.
Balloons trapped in a birthday tree.
If the world goes off the rails outside,
we'll laugh in here and enjoy the ride.
They mixed a drink called Dead Bastard Strong. Every ingredient somehow wrong. Gin and bourbon, rum and regret. Worst decision assembled yet. She raised the glass and cursed old Jeff.
How rude of you to die before this mess.
Then laughed so hard the grief turned warm. That's how this room survives the storm. Somebody bragged about waffle towels, warm from the dryer, adulting vows. Then preached salvation loud and mean. All your problems by Speed Queen. Now we're debating rent cycles, fake government, water flow and mildew hate.
No one planned this topic shift. That's why this place
is a gift. Tug is quiet.
Check the sky.
That's the look before bad ideas fly. One short comment, one sly grin, then nonsense enters once again.
Same weird people on a birthday night. Inside jokes and curse delight.
No clean structure, no grand design.
Just chaos hitting right on time.
New to guess and donation goals.
River dancing for a wounded soul.
If life gets strange, and it always might.
Thank God for weird people on a birthday night.
I have done nothing except get pregnant by the Bachelor. I plead the 5th.
Can you hear me now?
I'm not a cat. Where the hell are my leg warmers?
I am medium smart and only medium old.
One friend gone, but still in the room, echoing jokes through all the gloom.
Some are older, some worn thin.
Still logging on and checking in.
Same weird people, same weird night.
Laughing hard at borrowed light.
Some are healing, some held tight.
Some just needed this tonight.
Bad cocktails and busted tech.
A barking dog and total wreck. If growing old means this is true,
then weird is good.
and real is too.
Happy birthday.
You're muted.